Let it go 얼어붙어 like whoa 띵하고 어지러워 I see 한여름에도 난 겨울 Yeah, girl you cold blooded Yeah, 너와 있을 때 I swear 제가 먼저 zero 폭설한 그 children 꿈에도 I wasn't aware 나만 빼고 넌 모두에게 참 친절해 내 심감이 들어간 판이 태도 머릿속을 흔들니 ibuprofen 그만해 it's time to stop 승부욕을 자극하는 style yeah. 알면서도 마음이 자꾸 내게 가 안만 빠져버릴까 If you want me back I'll tell you I'm sorry If you want me back I'll tell you stop trying Yeah, yeah, you got me Let it go 얼어붙어 like whoa 띵하고 어지러워 I see 한여름에도 넌 겨울 Yeah, girl you cold-blooded Yeah, girl you cold-blooded Yeah, yeah, yeah Girl you cold-blooded Girl you cold, girl you cold-blooded I'm like frozen 뭐야 모두 stress은 gotta let it go 했어 소개팅 데이팅 어플 다 깔아 또 보았어 반대가 끌린대 opposite's attract Don't know about me and you yeah we fell into the cracks Yeah 갖고 너네 no cap 왜 나는 보여 what's happening 객관적일 수가 없이 이미 game white flag and waving fast Yeah I'm leaving back but 말은 don't 너만 보면 나도 내 맘 I don't know 이거 love a relationship이 헷갈리기만 해 girl I'll tell you I'm sorry If you want me back I'll tell you stop trying Yeah, yeah, you got me Let it go 얼어붙어 like whoa 띵하고 어지러워 I see 한여름에도 넌 겨울 Girl you cold-blooded Let it go 얼어붙어 like whoa 띵하고 어지러워 I see 한여름에도 넌 겨울 Girl you cold-blooded Yeah, girl you cold-blooded Yeah, yeah, yeah Girl you cold-blooded Girl you cold-blooded Yeah, girl you cold-blooded Yeah, yeah, yeah Girl you cold-blooded Girl you cold-blooded
likes her because she's old. She's probably like 25!
One whole entire year. Gerb chaos.
Hello, everybody. Hi. Hello. Welcome. Thank you so much for joining tonight. I know that it's really late, but I just got back in from New York City last night, and I have been exhausted trying to catch up on work all day. But we're doing what we can. You know, we're vibing, having a good time. Hopefully there aren't any sort of like buffering blips or issues like that tonight. I know that that's been plaguing a lot of streamers. One of my friends recently had the same, like, weird face-melting visual glitch from, like, bad encoding the other day, which was kind of funny. She put up a screenshot of it. Firefly, thank you for 35 months, though. I appreciate that. Just let me know, guys, if anything looks or sounds funky. We'll work through it like we do. Thank you. Oh, my God. Thank you very much. Maddie the Narwhal, thank you for the full year, by the way. Congrats on evolving into a Jolteon. Can we get some pride and hype for all these resubs, by the way? Thank you so much. So, hello. Hi. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing well. Thank you so much for dropping by. Yo, what's up? Liz, why are you aren't... Isn't it, like, crazy o'clock for you right now? Isn't it like a really weird... You're just still on U.S. time, yeah? Also, thank you, Jack, for 33 months. I appreciate that. Thank you for kicking off a hype train. What the heck? Thank you. Are there any hiccups? I'm fighting Twitch to the death in Minecraft. Yeah, we might need to do that. We might need to actually beat them up in Minecraft. Things have been, like, real weird as far as, like, a lot of the weird, like, I guess it's encoding side stuff is what most people have been saying. I will say this, my OBS tonight is telling me my internet's not as strong as it normally is. I don't know why that is. I don't know. I just turned my computer on like an hour ago, so maybe like there's shit downloading in the background I don't know about or uploading or something. But we'll do our best. We'll figure the shit out. I don't know. It is what it is, right? You guys, give me feedback. Let me know. We'll do what we got, you know. We'll do what we can do. Couple of things to go over tonight. Mainly just catching up, though. I have 4 days before I'm back on the road. Not on the road. I'm flying out to L.A. But on Tuesday, I'm leaving the 20th. I will be leaving the morning of the 20th. So, probably won't be able to stream too late on Sunday. But, yeah, the Sky Road. Yo, what's up, Austin? How we doing, dude? Liz, no, totally get that. I mean, this is what happens to me every time I go to, like, the West Coast and then come back. It's like, it fucks up everything. It's just, like, it's messy inside, right? Yeah, I will be leaving the 20th to the 28th. I'll be going to Ethan Nestor's home, his abode. We're going to be celebrating Thanksgiving. I'm a little nervous because every time I text Ethan and we're catching up, like... it's funny, both of our flights, he got back from the UK, and I got back from New York, both at the exact same time last night. So that was really funny. And I was texting it with him, and we were just catching up a little bit. But every time over the past, like, 2 weeks, when I text him, he's like, I'm so excited to see you. We should make some cursed shit together. And I'm like, okay, well, what does that mean? Because we have different scopes of what cursed means. On one hand, you know, he survived Unus Annus. So his definition of cursed is probably very different than mine, on the other hand, where I am nearing the age of 40. So, hopefully I survive. We'll see. But he keeps going over and over again. He's like, I'm excited to make her shit with you. And I'm like, I don't know what that actually entails, so good luck to me, I guess. You know? Peace on a 2.0. I hope not. How was the big mango? It was pretty good. It was pretty good. It was a lot of fun. It was just a quick trip. I flew in the 14th. I flew in on Tuesday. And then I flew back out on Wednesday. So it was just a quick turn and burn. I got back home last night. Like near midnight. So it was a fast turnaround. Yeah, he drank right. He's drank piss. I've never drank pee, so I don't know if we have the same threshold for cursed. I mean, we had a bunch of ideas for things we were gonna do with me as a guest on Unisonis way back in the day, so there is a chance, like, you know, maybe we make one of those ideas come to life. I have no idea. 25 going on 40, yeah. But the trip was good. It was really fun. It's I'm not on the screen yet. I left for 1 day, 2 days, and I forgot how to stream. I hope everyone was really nice to Morgan while I was gone. She was streaming on my days. And then I will be streaming a rare Friday stream tomorrow, just as a heads up, because, again, we're leaving again right away. I'm going to be leaving on Monday. So I'll be doing a rare Friday stream. Which should be fun. I hope that people are there. But I'll be doing tonight, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So 4 days in a row, you're fucking stuck with me, and then you'll never see me again. Because I might die while I'm in LA. Who knows? Also, hey, hi. I'm on screen now. I look tired. If you're like, wow, Brian, you look tired. I am tired. I'm very, very tired. But I'm doing my best. I have a lot of shit to do. So I don't know how late I'll be going tonight, but we'll figure it out together. I started late, so it is what it is. But yeah, stuck with Strimmer, yay. Oh boy. Hello, how's everyone? Hi, what's up, Halloween? How we doing? Hello. We are, just to let y'all know, this, I literally just forgot the name, the Hype Challenge. Right? Yeah, it literally says it right there. Hype Challenge is at level 3, which means that we've unlocked 3 gift cards, apparently, which I'll be giving away to the community, which is pretty cool. This is, I think, the second to last day. Let me double check real quick here. Yeah, tomorrow night will be at 11:59 p.m. will be the last moments of the Hype Challenge. So we have until then to get this as high as it can go through subs and bits and such. Please don't feel pressured to give, but if you want to unlock more things, that is what that is for, I guess. And then, that's so slay for us, Squeebles. I'm glad you think so. Yeah, PM.
He likes her because she's old. She's
Velociraptor. What the heck? Thanks. 72 months.
I changed my name again now, but this time it is actually 6
Is
years.
is this just V? V, is this
Also,
you
happy
again?
birthday week since I
Thank you. I appreciate that. 6 years. I cannot believe that. Can we get hype and pride out the ass, please? That is a fucking insane amount of time to support somebody. Thank you so much, V. I appreciate you a ton. You have been such a kind person over the years. I really appreciate you a ton. Gray Lady, what's up? What's good? Hello. Hi, everyone trickling in. And I know it's late, but we just do what we can do. We're working with what we got. You know, it's the old clip of like, fuck it, we'll do it live. Angry Beavers in 2023. Actually, check this shit out, right? It's got all the old Nicktoons. I feel comfortable wearing this again because the strike's over. Drip, yeah. Although, I don't know if you guys saw it, there's a whole bunch of shit that's like not great about AI. Like they put in some protections against AI, but some of it's like really funky. And they're probably going to be voting to like appeal some of the stuff. So there's still some rocky things going on in SAG, but at least the strike is over, which is kind of neat. It is Ren and Stimpy. Yeah, there's Ren and Stimpy. We got Ren and Stimpy, Angry Beavers, Rocko's Modern Life, Real Monsters, which like no one talks about, but was one of my favorites. Cat Dog. We got Hey Arnold and Rugrats on this shirt. So, old Nicktoons were so slight. It was kind of like a golden era of animation. I know that's like such a millennial fucking thing to say, right? But there were a lot of really good shows. I grew up with a lot of good TV. Which I enjoyed quite a bit. I loved Real Monsters. Icarus was so silly. Yeah, I loved just the vibe of that show. It's just really gross and weird, and I loved that. It was really good. Cat Dog, that's just a fox. That's true. Foxes basically are just mixes of those two animals. Yeah. Oh my God, Football Head. Yeah. The Zoomer agrees. I adored that whole era. Right? Like genuinely, like there was I don't know. It was just like a string of good shows all in a row. It felt like every couple years they released like a new, good, fun show. And I'm thrilled I got to grow up as a part of that era. Like, I'm very, very thrilled I did. That said, I say this all the time. Zoomers that are like, oh man, I wish I grew up during that time. No, you don't. You absolutely fucking don't. We talk about this all the time here. People were way meaner. People said a lot of shitty things and no one challenged them. It was like, Morgan and I were having this conversation earlier where they just like threw around slurs on TV regularly. And nobody challenged anyone over that shit. And that was really fucked up. And then also on top of it, you have streaming now. You can watch anything on demand anytime you want. That's way better than having to sit there and be like, all right, cool, it's a 15-minute episode with 10 minutes of commercials. Or like if you miss the show you wanted to watch that day, you just didn't get to watch it that day. You can go back, you can watch anything, you know? That era for real slaps so hard. Yeah, like animation-wise, it was just peak. It was funny, relatable. Every kid felt like they were being like represented in TV for like cartoons. So that was all good shit. Naray, thank you, by the way, for gifting a sub to Soph. Soph, enjoy the emotes and the sub badge. Thank you so much for being here. Always appreciate both of you a ton. Thank you very much contributing to our hype challenge. And anyone who hasn't taken advantage of the Crunchyroll deal going on right now. You give 2 subs during the stream. You get access to 60 days of Mega Fan membership, premium membership on Crunchyroll, which is a dope deal, honestly. Oh, yeah, shit. Let me grab something quick. Ice Entertainer, good to see you. I got some cool stuff. So this is gonna be feeding into my. Why are those up there? There's ADHD the stream. This is gonna be feeding into my push of Crunchyroll deal. If you want to take advantage of it, the Crunchyroll deal, you get access to over 1,000 anime series. Live action series, manga. While I was in New York City, I always like to stop by Koreatown. If you've never been to Koreatown in Manhattan, it's fun. It's kind of small, but it's very, very fun. And there's a lot of like Korean bookstores. There's a lot of incredible Korean restaurants. There's like just tons of Korean businesses. It's very neat. I had like 1 million people try to speak Korean to me, and I was like, I am not fucking good enough at that, you know? So, all that was going on. But, here's the thing. The Korean bookstore I went to had tons of manga. So, it's so funny, because we were talking about webtoons the other day, right? We were talking about, like, Solo Leveling. We talked about, I don't know, you guys were giving me, like, webtoon, like, Korean webtoon recommendations. I would talk about, like, Tower of God, God of High School, bunch of cool shit like that. Love that a bunch. But they had One Piece official translated. There's a company called Champ Comics, or Comic Champ is one of those things that it's like a translation thing / whatever. But Champ Comics translates One Piece officially in Korean, in Korea. And so this bookstore was selling this. This is volume 100 of One Piece. So that was pretty dope. I found this. The funniest part about this is on the back there's a warning in English and Korean that says, Korean edition for distribution and sale in Republic of Korea only, which is really fucking funny because obviously I was not in Korea. I was in New York City. So they were kind of illegally selling this, which is great. I'm so happy. It kind of adds street cred to it, but it's such a good collector's item for me because you guys know I collect comic books, I collect manga, whatever. But to have it in Korean is kind of dope, and having it be like volume 100 is really cool as well. So, One Piece, love it, love it, love it, love it. But it was a cool. That was like I didn't treat myself to anything this year for my birthday. Those of you who don't know, it was my birthday week. It was my birthday on Monday. Monday, yes, Monday was my birthday. You know, I had a nice birthday. Morgan treated me to a bunch of stuff. She actually just took me to my real birthday dinner because we had to rush dinner on Monday so I could get back in time to stream. So she took me out to one of my favorite local restaurants here, which was great. And I had awesome meal with her right before the stream. But I was like, I haven't treated myself to anything. So I treated myself to some really good Korean food when I was in Manhattan. And I also bought myself this, which was wonderful. I can't wait to go to New York City on Wednesday and make a run for Koreatown to look at all the shops. It's fun as hell. I hope that you have a blast, Soph. It's like a really cool place. So much good food. Oh my god, I had like one of the best bulgogi bibimbaps I've ever had in my life. So good, and it was pretty cheap. It's like pretty good prices there. I went to a place. If you're in Koreatown, a place called Nuwonjo, which just means new origin in Korean. But they have KBBQ and they have like a la carte menu stuff. So good stuff, and they had some really good banchan. So it was great. New World lore just dropped. Korea and New York City have merged. I'm sure there's a lot of Koreans who would like that, honestly, from both sides of the world, because like they love urban city culture. They love like the hustle, the bustle, the flash, the glam. So just realized I lurked so hard on Monday that I didn't say happy birthday. Well, Firefly, all good. Morgan told me that I have to continue to celebrate my birthday, so that is why that's in the title of the stream. You know, I guess tomorrow's stream and Saturday's stream, I'll be like birthday week streams or whatever. For a lot of people who missed out, because again, I went live even later than I did tonight on my birthday, which sucked because like a lot of people had to miss out. I'm totally not going with a friend to see a K-pop group in the Macy's Day Parade for 2 minutes. That's the most you-coded thing in the world, though. So, I mean, live your truth. Yeah, happy birthday week. Thank you so much, Maddie. I appreciate that. Might be a dumb question, but for someone who has never had Korean food and also has texture issues, what starter foods would you recommend to try? I mean, what kind of foods are you okay with, Nettles? Because that's a pretty loaded question. Do you like fried foods? Do you like mushier foods? Do you like vegetables? Do you like it's gonna be hard to pick for you. I would say like most meat dishes might be good for you. Like bulgogi is probably one of the most accessible foods because it's just like seasoned marinated beef that you know, they'll mix in with rice, or you can eat it by itself. You can grill it on like a Korean barbecue grill to your preference. So that might be kind of good for you. Mandu are just dumplings that you can either steam or fry. Really depends. So kind of an open-ended question there for you. So feel when you're Canadian and the K-pop groups don't come here, which is so weird, Squeebles, because Morgan and I in the past, like years ago, used to go up to Toronto. Like some of them still do go there. But we used to go to Toronto all the time to go see K-pop groups. We went to go see SHINee years back when they were a lot more popular, and that was super fun because it was a smaller venue because the West was just starting to host K-pop groups more seriously, but they still hadn't totally gotten it right, so they didn't realize like this small-ass venue in Toronto was going to just be super packed, so they set up this K-pop convention. And then we went and it was like called like something North. I can't remember. But it was like all these booths selling K-pop goods. They had Korean food there. And then like they had a show, but it was basically in a, like a gymnasium style. Like you could even tell the guys when they came out on the stage were like confused as fuck. They were just like, Wait, we're not used to performing in front of like a crowd this small on a stage this small. And it was super, super fun. It was truly very, very fun. Hey, what the heck, Kenny? Thank you for a gifted sub to Birthday Pal. Birthday Pal, I don't know if you're here or if that was just Kenny, you being nice for my birthday. Thank you, dude. I appreciate you a ton. But Birthday Pal, if you do decide to stop by, make sure you're saying thanks to Kenny. Enjoy the emotes, enjoy the sub badge. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Beans, what's up? Good to see you here, by the way. Dude, thank you very much. I hope you've been well. The only thing I'm skeptical of is kimchi, but that's because fermented foods can be bad sensory for me. Sauerkraut gives me the same hesitancy. If you don't like sauerkraut, you would probably hate kimchi. There's different preparations, different ingredients are used, different types of vegetable bases are used for it. Traditionally, like cabbage or like a bok choy even might be used. But obviously, a lot of parallels between that and sauerkraut as a result. I like a good like radish kimchi. I ate so much radish kimchi when I was at the Korean place I went to in Manhattan. That was just last night, or 2 nights ago, and it feels like it was like a lifetime ago. It was so good. But yeah. Busy with fun projects coming? That's dope, dude. Stay busy, stay fed, do your thing. So sad I can't do kimchi. I adore the flavor, the one I got, but I can't do the fermented bubbly flavor. Totally understandable. It's not for everybody. I get it. Other thing I picked up in New York City, though, when I went to, got to my hotel, I took a nap because I was so tired. And even though the flight was only an hour from Rochester, which is great. Like, I'm so glad I got to go on this trip because it was just dope as hell. Just to be able to be like, boop, I'm right there in New York City. Stayed overnight in a hotel. Woke up, did a cool event. Flew right back out. Came back home. It was great. But I got to explore the city a bunch. I had like basically 2 full days to myself to vibe in the city, which was a lot more time than I thought I was going to have. But they have, if you guys have never gone to New York City, they have a store called Nintendo World, which Nintendo World is it's a store owned and operated by Nintendo of America. And they have exclusive items there you can't get anywhere else. You can go and play on any like Nintendo machine. They have tons of like Zelda stuff and Animal Crossing and Mario and Pikmin and Pokemon. And it was just really cool. But one of the things that they had, which I was like thrilled about, was on PokemonCenter.com, there used to be a special Pikachu plushie that you could get either in New York City or you could get it on PokemonCenter.com, but it sold out. So what ended up happening was it sold out on PokemonCenter.com, but they had the special edition Statue of Liberty Pikachu in the store. They had 1 million of these there. So I was like, oh my god, I gotta get this, because Morgan and I love Pikachu. And look how cute! Like little sandals even on the feetsies. And that's so adorable. So, really, really cute. So, added that to the Pikachu collection that's ever growing here. I love the unknown. Yeah, for the writing, because that's like their writing symbols is the unknowns. I love it. Isn't that great? You're talking about the former Pokemon Center, the only Pokemon Center in the U.S.? No, I'm talking about PokemonCenter.com. Although, yeah, Pokemon Center used to be like a thing they were going to expand into the U.S. as like standalone retail stores, and then they were like, oh wait, it's so much easier to just sell from a website warehouse. No, I was talking about on PokemonCenter.com they sold out a while ago. So squishable and cuttable. Yeah, so cute. Not even a Pokemon person in my adulthood, but it warms my heart. Right? I mean, this is like me healing my inner child so much. So very, very, very excited that I was able to find this. But so I got, those were the 2 things I treated myself to. One Piece, good Korean food. I guess that's 3 things, but whatever. Also, speaking of Pokemon, real quick, thank you so much to Pokemon Center International. Got to give a quick shout out to another one of our nice little sponsored things. I'm going to put up a social media post about this too. But I was sent by Pokemon Company International the new Squishmallow Holiday Edition Pikachu. with a big old Santa hat on. So thank you, Pokemon, for sending, big boy. Big chonkin' heckin' guy. This one, I don't know if this is on PokemonCenter.com. But I love the squishable. Morgan and I have the regular one of this guy. We have a little one of this guy. We have now the Christmas edition. We have a winking one. We have like a ton of the Pokemon Squishmallows. This is one of the coolest crossovers they've ever done, in my opinion. So, pretty happy he's here. Even more squishable and cuttable. Yes, even more. Like, big squash. So, I have the Gengar. Yeah, I got the Gengar as well. I got the Snorlax. I got the Togepi. I got the big Piplup. So, you know where you can buy the Christmas one? I actually think you can find these in Target. I think that they're available at, like, Target.com. Same with the next item that I'm going to show you. Which is... Ow, I just hit myself in the head with it. But it's a big Pokemon Happy Holiday pop-up calendar display. 24 days of Christmas gifts. That there's apparently lights and sounds. I haven't opened it yet. I think you can get this at Target, but there's like, you know, Sylveon's front and center, so trans pride, y'all. And then we got, you know, Pikachu. We got Vulpix over here. On the back, so it comes apparently with this display, which has sounds and lights. Yeah, hell yeah, trans pride, hell yeah. But, I mean, heck yeah, because we're still in the sponsored section for a second. I was talking about hell like the concept. That is not a swear word. It comes with figurines. So we have a Psyduck, we have a Sylveon figurine, and then we have all these Pokemon figurines, and then we have all these, like, little props that they get to play around with. But it's like, I joked with Morgan when I got it in the mail. I was like, oh, so it's like Pokemon Nativity, which is kind of great. So I can set up, like, a Pokemon Nativity set in our house this year. So, pretty cool. Also available, I believe, at Target. I don't think you can get these from PokemonCenter.com, which is really funny. That Pokemon company sent them to me. But I mean, it's officially licensed. They were like, yo, check this out. Show your followers. So I'll be putting up a social post about that eventually. Yeah, Pokemon Jesus? That's just Arceus. Anyway, all right, so sponsored time is over. Thank you again to Pokemon for all that stuff. Fuck, shit, fuck. There we go. We're back in it. Want to show that stuff off. That was all fun. Poke Nativity is the only nativity my pig in the ass will willingly set up. Boobies, yeah, boobies. It's the, like, my favorite John Cena TikTok ever is this TikTok where someone smash cut him just saying two things from back when he used to wrestle. And he has, like, the mic up, and in one of them he just goes, ass! And then it smash cuts into a clip of him looking at the camera going, boobies! Like that. So it just goes, ass! Boobies! Ass! Boobie! It's, I don't know why, it gets me every single time I see it. So funny. Who's Pokemon? Satan? I mean, do people bring up Satan at Christmas time? I didn't think that was a thing. Oh, I guess Santa Claus versus the Devil. We watched that. Who would be Satan in the Pokemon universe? Gary Oak. Arceus fainted for our misplays. So true, though. Oh, my God. Amazing. All right. So, I had a good time in New York. I can't talk about what I did there yet, but I will say that it was incredibly exciting, and you guys will find out on Tuesday of next week. You will find out the next Tuesday on the 21st what I got to do while I was in the Big Apple. It was really fun. Thanks to those of you who kept up with my short trip there. A good time, great oldies, as they say. I don't know who they are, but, you know. That is what's... It was just good. I need someone to clip the ass boobies thing. I mean, you don't need to, because here's the thing. Go watch the John Cena clip. It's 1,000 times better. Also, okay, so birthday week. We got that out of the way. Big news, larger news. Actually, let me get something up. This is something some people missed out on. So I wanna show people this. But chat, I've been teasing stuff for a while. We do this thing here called Good News. We'll get to it in a moment, so don't jump the gun with it. But we do a thing here, as many of you know, called Good News. And I have some good news for those of you who are looking to get some warmer wardrobe here during the winter months. But, yeah, jumbo news. If you go ahead and you use the merch command in the chat, you might have seen over on Twitter and Instagram, although I know a lot of people don't use that anymore, which is understandable. So I wanted to announce it here while I got your attention. We have some new merch that just came through. Good news themed merch. I ended up getting to work on this merch personally, tweaking the designs. I gave the design team at SCP this merch idea. And then here, hold up. Let me why is it not popping up? Hold up. Bam. We have Good News, long sleeves, and hoodies on the website. Now, it looks like it's just the black ones, but these also come in heather gray. And here's the thing. So they sent me back some proofs, some ideas of the Good News design. And I said, ooh, I like those. Can we tweak this stuff? I worked with them back and forth for weeks to make this design into what it is. There's so many details on this that I hope that people who end up buying these enjoy. And I really hope people like this. We kept the long sleeve as affordable as we could make it, which is $30. And then we also have hoodies for $50. So if you're looking for, some Black Friday stuff, some Christmas stuff, you got Good News here. Brand new Good News hoodie. Good News long sleeve. They're dope. I'll show off a little bit here. I like the long sleeve in black a lot. And I like them in both colors, but you'll see we just inverted the gray design. But it's so many cool details on here. But this is brand new. Brand new to the Girbeagly shop. So, again, if you want to support what I do, this is a cool way to do it while getting yourself some cool merch. Text is Korean for Good News. So you'll see here, you zoom in. It says Good News in the big impact font style lettering. And then we got Jun Sosi, which just means good news in Korean. So that's on the front here. I don't know any channel references, but fuck yeah, I gotta support where I can. Well, Good News is something we do every single day, every single stream, as a way of uplifting the community and reminding people that even though bad days are inevitable, even though bad things are inevitable, people have bad days, weeks, months, years. Unfortunately, we're realistic about that here. Some days are just gonna fucking suck. But on those days, one of the things that I've found for myself and a lot of people echo here in the community is when there's shitty days going on, being reminded that people you care about are having good days, that they have good news, is something that's very uplifting. It helps people push through, go, wait, I'm going to have a moment where I share my good news. And then other people in the community get to celebrate, that person. And then whenever they have their good, that person who was having a rough day eventually has their good news, we're all going to be there ready to lift them up and, celebrate them. And it's something that we do here every single day, every single stream. So there's that. And then the back of the shirt, you got, it's like an actual newspaper. This is what I fucking love about this design. It's like an actual newspaper printing. So you got late night news issue up here, 2023. Nice little thing here. It's got a random number here to make it look all official, like it's an actual newspaper. Good News is the name of the publication, headline. We got the late night news because you guys are part of the late night gang. We do those late night news. Love how we always celebrate the news no matter how big or something. Yeah. And that's the other thing is sometimes someone's like, hey, I don't have anything that's major, but I've been struggling recently and it's been hard for me to make my bed. Today I made my bed and cleaned up my room and it made me feel better. That's good news. We want to be able to point out that, like, silver linings still count as progress. You holding on to hope, you finding joy in small things is also good news. So that's something that's really cool that I like a lot here. Also, you'll see here, if these are for pre-order right now, these will ship out December 4th. So December 4th, most likely, is when these are going to drop. So it gives you plenty of time to pre-order, at least in the next couple weeks here. And then anyone wondering about sizing? Oh, shit. What the fuck? What the flip? Okay. There's a size chart that normally when you click it, it just brings you to the size chart, which is pretty cool. Sizing chart is very accurate if you have questions about sizing. I will have physical samples of this. I got one of the long sleeve black shirts, and then I got a gray hoodie coming on in sometime soon, which will be pretty dope. Adblock had an update today. I got that earlier too. Got it. Okay. Yeah. So those are the designs. Pretty sick. Down here we got, this is something that the design team added. I thought was so sick. It's like an old school tube, like retro TV. And then we got two little kids watching like old school like TV, which I love. And then down here we got know the artist, quick info. Yeah, so Nettles, here's the thing. Not only my merch website, but almost any other merch site will always have a size chart for you to check out. That's just a thing that most modern merch sites have now. So if you ever have questions about sizing or what something looks like, this is very accurate to the sizing of the design on the actual shirt. And then if you want to know how it's going to fit, we have actual sizing charts for you, okay? Know the artist down here. This was a cool little touch I added. They ended up ripping some info from the internet. Know the artist, quick info. But they originally had Girbeagly in the same font as the rest of the stuff. And then I had them change it to my logo. So you'll see there, that's actually my logo in there. The way that it's like all cursive up here. So I thought that was pretty dope that they were able to do that, but it just like explains who I am. But it kept it super small so that this is not intrusive. This does not make it look like you're wearing merch. That's always been the plan with all of the merch that I put out, like from the start, is this is stuff that can fit into your regular wardrobe. It looks like streetwear. You know, these are some of my older design stuff. But this is also stealth as hell. But it still has my, like, little name on that. So, love that touch. Yeah, it was, again, I tweaked this a lot. And then, bringing you entertainment and information. And we have lots of little, like, edutainment references in here in the text. This was just a random date that we had originally picked for, like, launch. But this has been in the works for about a month now. So, we just kept the original, like, date on here. So, that's all. But that's the move. There's just something about stealth merch. Yeah. So I like the layout. Nice. I'm glad that you do. Like, truly put my all, my heart and my soul into making this design. And then Second City helped put it into reality, which is great. But I love this design. I'm super proud of it. I hope people like it. I love the front. Having just the, like, Korean there is like a little nod to my heritage. So that's some good shit there. Hoodie looks great. Pairs great with the previous merch. So if you're like, I want my hoodie to match like my pants. If I want my hoodie to match like my beanie, we got that shit going. Just pulled it all together. And then obviously a lot of you guys know we got the past stuff as well that you can still grab. It's so wild to see where I came from like very minimalistic, like little designs like this. And now I'm doing something a little bit more grand. So, a lot of variety, which I think is great and fun. Welcome to everyone joining the stream, by the way. Welcome. So hyped to pre-order next Wednesday. Well, thank you, Grimbones. I appreciate that. I think we need Touche merch. That would be kind of funny. Sweatpants look so comfortable. I know this is a little bit biased, but these sweatpants that I'm wearing right now, these are some of the comfiest sweatpants I've ever owned. Like, these are dope. So, my own sweatpants, yeah, I'm a little bit biased towards them, but they're sick as hell. They are so worth the investment. And then the hoodies that we put out are very comfy as well. I love the long sleeves. I love these like sort of scrunched up sleeves are really nice. We replicated that again so that they have like a cuffed sleeve. Can confirm big comf and big warm. Yeah! Gerb Leaf merch when? I don't know. Go to your local dispensary. The beanie so cool. The beanie is... Alright, so when we designed the beanie, I intentionally was like, hey, I have a huge motherfucking head. This beanie better fit, like, people with big heads as well. And it does so well. I love my beanie. This beanie is one of the comfiest beanies I've ever owned. It's so good. That was part of my plan tomorrow anyway. Second City does such good work too. Yeah, for those of you who don't know, Second City does, currently they do Ethan's merch, Unis Honest's merch they did. They do a whole bunch of bands. I think they do Eddie Burback's merch. Pretty sure they do Jarvis's merch as well. So to be included on their roster, and having worked with them for like 3 years now, has been dope as hell. It's been really, really cool to be able to work with them. So, yeah. Thanks for looking out for us fellow Jimmy Neutron assheads. I know my people. I got you. I got you. I just realized I left my finger heart and Cult of the Lamb beanies back in Texas. Oh, no. Is there any way anyone can ship those to you or anything? Anyway, chat, I'm so proud of those, so I just really wanted to show those off. I hope that that people enjoy those. I hope people are grabbing, you know, let me know if you grab stuff. I want to know what people like for sure. Gonna get a Gerb Leaf shirt. Tell everyone who asked that it's Girbeagly merch. Let's be honest, I'm in Oregon. No one will ask. I can tell my mom to pack them. They're fortunately on my headboard. There we go. That's good. I'm glad that there's an easy solution. But yeah, new merch drop. Exciting times. Hope people are just as excited. It's something I wanted to originally drop it like a month ago, and then I was tweaking the design so much because I'm a control freak. And then I ended up hoping that we were going to get it out on my birthday so I could do a big announcement on my birthday stream that it dropped. And I'll be doing more announcements about it. I'll be showing it off more on stream, the upcoming streams, because I started late tonight as well. But the timing's still okay. It's, you know, before the holiday season, so I hope people can grab it and enjoy it. So, yeah. Thanks for making a beanie to cover my 5-head. Hey, Mama Tiff, again, I know what it's like. My head does not fit in, like, any of the cosplay wigs I own. It doesn't fit on, like, it just, oh, my God. I needed those beanies to be able to be very size inclusive for sure. Gonna drop my whole paycheck. Well, don't do that. Oh my God, not that much. Please no. But I really, really, really hope that people love the new merch. Thank you for being here to witness the drop live on the stream. And again, I know that me being gone a few days, me starting so late, not as many people are here in the stream right now. Viewership viewership stonks are going to be low tonight with a lot of the other events that streamers are doing. But I'm going to keep pushing it. So if you guys see it up on like social media, you know, I've made a couple tweets about it. Instagram, wherever you follow me, even over on the Discord, get hyped for it. You know, that helps spread the word about it. That helps me out a ton. Especially if you're like, I can't afford it. You can help out by spreading word about the fact that I did a merch drop. That would help me out a ton. So, just as a heads up on that one. Love the earring. Thank you, Arahaku. I appreciate that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. But yeah, hope people like it. Go crazy. Enjoy it. I've been keeping track of sales. But it's been very wonderful to see the positive response to it. Even Ethan bought some. Which, I think the last time Ethan bought any of my merch was years ago. So, hope you had a great trip. I see you survived the 3 slices of pizza without lactose intolerant treatment. It was tough the next morning. I won't lie, Brookie. I did my event. As soon as it got out, I was like, I gotta go to the bathroom. But I will say this. Totally worth it. That pizza was so good. This is so, so good. Had me some nice thin sliced New York pizza, baby. At like midnight. Because there was a pizza place right down from my hotel. That was open till like 3 in the morning or something. Which like, God bless that city for the amount of food that it has at an affordable price at all hours of the day. Oh my God, it was so good. Also, I've been noticing OBS is telling me I'm dropping frames. Has anyone noticed any big blips or anything? Let me know. Let me know. Been trying to keep an eye on quality of streams lately with everything that's been happening. But looks fine to me. Okay, nothing on my end. Awesome. You guys are great. Thank you very, very much, everybody. All right, what else did I say I was going to talk about here tonight? Okay, so Hype Challenge is ending tomorrow night. Crunchyroll stuff still going on. Merch drop, big thing. New York was a good trip. I can't talk about too much yet, but next week, I know. Sorry for all the anticipation. Lagged a few times for me, but that's 100% on my end. Okay. Yeah, because the frame drops I've been having are like maybe 20 at a time. They haven't been anything crazy. Minor buffers on my end, but looks pretty good. Okay, awesome. My goal is to replace my entire wardrobe with only content creator clothes so I can represent and support. That's very sweet of you. I will say this much, of all the times I've gone to signings, like been at a convention and had like a line for signings, there has been an absolutely just overwhelming number of people have come up to me in my merch and been like, hey, check it out, I'm wearing like your hoodie or whatever. And it's so sweet, and I appreciate that a lot. And again, I try to make sure that it's stuff you can use no matter the situation. If you are someone who is wearing the merch as support, obviously me and other community members will know what it is. But if you're out and about, you're not going to have to explain what you're wearing to 1,000 different people, because it is very stealth. It is very street style specific. It's supposed to look cool. It's supposed to blend in with a regular wardrobe. So I really love that. I'm on mobile, so nothing of note. Oh, okay, awesome. I'm glad to hear that it's not affecting mobile people, because they were being affected the most, I think, the other night. So gonna have to look into getting the new merch for Christmas. Yeah, so that's another reason I was trying to drop it here in November was, A, I wanted it to be out on my birthday, and then B, it's the holiday season, and if people want to put it on their wish lists, I hope that a lot of people are able to get it. So, cool stuff. Truthfully, the merch has been so comfy and amazing, it's better than my regular clothes. Oh, well, thank you. I'm glad to hear that. Like I said, I am literally wearing my own pants right now, because these sweatpants, these joggers, are like the comfiest pants I own. Kata, what's up? Good to see you. Never used to buy merch until the stealth merch trend started. I love it so much. Oh, I love it a ton. It's great. It's one of my favorite things. But, yeah. Thank you, everybody, for listening to me ramble about this thing that I'm so excited about, and just supporting what I do. Thank you again. Birthday support was wonderful the other night, and I'm very grateful, like truly grateful to have a community that cares. So thank you for being here. Thank you so much. All of you are great for everything that you do. Got to do some show and tell here with the stuff that I got. Probably tonight is going to be me regaling you with random events that I witnessed or experienced while I was in New York City, and playing a little bit of Power Wash Sim here tonight, which should be very fun. But yeah, USPS says that the last day to ship and get guaranteed delivery by Christmas is December 16th to the 18th, by the way. Okay, there you go. So those of you putting in pre-orders now, you will definitely get the pre-orders before Christmas, because they ship on December 4th, or the week of at the very least. And then if you are someone who's trying to order the merch after it's actually in warehouse, then yeah, ordering, at least a week before Christmas is a good idea. Very, very good idea. But boy, oh boy, I got to do some fun people watching when I was in New York City, so I can't wait to share some of the stories. Trip was not nearly, flying especially, was not nearly as bad as when I went to LA. But that during that first trip a couple months back. But there are still there's some people that should not be flying, is all I gotta say. There are some people who should not be, actually just in the general public. So that's some good stuff. Anyway, chat, talked about good news merch. So if you got any good news, feel free to drop it in the chat. Would love to read some of your good news. Make sure that you are lifting up each other, celebrating each other's good news, etc. Would love if the community basically just embodies what we were talking about earlier about why we even do good news. Lift each other up, celebrate each other, remind each other that we're proud of each other, especially those who have been struggling recently and now have good news to share, helps prove the point that, yeah, bad shit happens, but life can turn around. It really can. So, yeah. Late Night Gang is best gang, just the coziest warm vibes hanging here with the besties and enjoying some late night pie. Pie at night, something about it, I don't know, it slaps. Like, I always look forward to food day here in November because then I get to have a big old slice of pie at night. It's good. My good news, I hit 3K on the fruit game. Let's go, Maddie. Damn. Wait, did you posted that in the Discord, didn't you? Hey, Girl Week is back on. If we hit the sub goal, if we hit 700 subs, Girl Week's back on. People in the community hit 3K. Let's go. Some business things have been going really well, and I'm finally seeing some return on my hard work. Love that for you, Maddie. Very proud of you. Way to go. Good news, I had a realization not long before stream about how I lost myself in the past year and a half, and I'm ready to start healing from it. Sometimes, our brains need time to process and catch up on themselves. I've been going through something very similar. Earlier in the year, I came out about, PTSD, being diagnosed with that. That was a hard fucking thing for me to do. Very big moment in my life to, come to that realization and have something sort of snap inside my brain and be like, this is why I am the way that I am. And being able to heal from that, identifying it, is what has allowed me to heal as much as I have. So very proud of you, truly. I gave myself a pedicure yesterday. My feet are soft now. Hell yeah. Gotta treat yourself these days. Ordered Chinese food for dinner. A very quick pick-me-up as we get ready to end the week. Yummy. Love me some good Chinese food. Not having a food day this year because I'm not in the right country for it. That's so true. That's probably going to be a big shift. You could, bring it to them, You could be like, well, in my country, this is what we do, Thought you said hi at night. That's also a good thing to do at night, Good news time, I've been pretty productive lately. I glued a small swatch of each fabric I have into a notebook and noted how much of each I have. Also, remember the cute person I mentioned last week who borrowed my lighter and called me cute? Yes. Going out on Monday. No way! Halloween congrats! That's so lovely! I love that so much for you. Have a blast. Hope it goes really well. Hope that you continue to get along. And, even if it doesn't go, as far as you want it to, maybe you've made, a great new friend, right? Who knows? Those are all good things. I went grocery shopping today. I finally can start making food I actually enjoy. I just moved out of my parents' house this week, and they love burning things. Oh, hey! There we go. I'm glad that you're able to start making food that you actually enjoy, truly. And that move is a big milestone in life, Alexis. Good luck to you with all of that. PTSD is no fun. It's not a fun thing to accept and process. Yeah, no, it's been very life-changing for me to be like, oh, okay. CPTSD, neat, awesome, cool, diagnosis. Now I have a name for everything going on, though, I have a feeling mother-in-law might try to make something for dinner since she cooks for me and her when father-in-law is out on a job, usually only home on weekends. Hey, there we go. That'd be fun. Good news, I've been easing up on the extra work and have been been resting a little playing Palia. Hey, Grim, I'm so glad that you enjoy it. I'm really, really happy because you commented over on YouTube that you didn't really know what it was, but it's a very fun game. It really is. Definitely need to start playing it on stream a little bit more. Big update coming. Yes, as a Palia partner, I get a lot of the news early. You guys, I'm so excited for everybody. I really am. To play more of the upcoming Palia content. But I definitely need to play that on stream again soon. Good news, finally starting to get motivated after con season and work on new cosplays. Let's go! That sounds so fun. Love that. Truly love that a lot. Halloween, I think that's a great mentality. Yeah, platonic, relationships are wonderful as well. I'm so enriched by all my platonic relationships, truly. But yeah. Hey, what's up, Antichrist Bear? Just in time for good news, you are. Hello. Recently said goodbye to a pet. Oh, no. First, I was doing a lot of crying and rotting in bed, but today I got up and made some homemade apple cider. Planned a nice weekend with friends so that I can get out of the house and keep myself going. Antichrist Bear, nothing but huge love your way. Truly sending you strength, sending you all the time that you need to heal. That is a major thing. Never, never, never diminish what you've gone through. Know that a lot of us understand how that is. The thing I always try to pass along to people is obviously when that happens, take all the time you need to heal. But as time goes on, there's going to be more and more moments where that pain has faded a little bit. I don't think it ever really goes away because it's still loss, right? and that is something that is valid. But you start focusing a little bit more on those happier memories, those funnier moments that you can remember, those things that make you smile. I was talking about Plinko with Morgan earlier today. Those of you who met my cat Plinko, just one of the cutest little dudes of all time. And there are nights that I'm in a lot of pain thinking about him, you know, that I miss him a lot. But that's, I mean, part of the reason Morgan and I like Pikachu so much is, and collect Pikachus, is we used to call him Plinkachu because he was like a little Pikachu guy. But we were bringing up funny stories about him and laughing, and I look forward to the days that you can feel that way as well, Auntie. We are sending you nothing but love. You're doing great. No matter what you do, you're doing great. Good news, raising money for charity on Saturday in a full-on shoutcasted event. Yo, Sarah, have fun. That's awesome. That's very fun when you get to take part in those types of things. Yeah, Plinkachu and Siglax. Yeah, that's why we get also a ton of Snorlaxes. His big ol' stinky Siggy is basically a Snorlax. He sleeps and he eats, and he's a big blob. Love him. Oh my god, Cherry Pie Spy! It's so lovely to see you! Oh my gosh, it's so nice to see you. I was just flipping through the little notepad the other day that you signed and everything. Thank you so much for 3 years. Congrats! On the Jolteon badge, can we get some hype and some pride in the chat for that? That's so kind of you. I hope that you've been well. Thank you so much for your kindness. Thank you for your support. It's so lovely to see you again, like, truly. It's really hard to deal with. Remember the good stuff makes it a lot better. Truly, that's, like, there is nothing wrong with taking time to decompress by laying in bed and letting your emotions sort of take the wheel for a little while. I was the same way after Plinko. I definitely am someone who allowed myself to have that time to rest, to heal, to grieve. All of those are valid things. And then, like I said, here we are today, you know, 2 years later, like 2.5 years after the fact. And even though I still miss him all the time, I think of a lot of the funny things that he did. I watch old videos of him and laugh, and whatever it takes to get you to that point, there's no time limit on that. You have as much time in the world as you need to process everything. You are great. You are wonderful. Sig just seems like a big gray Garfield. Alexis, that's actually very, very accurate to Sig. He's just a big, lazy, stinky guy. I love him. Loves to eat. I bet if I offered him lasagna, he would eat lasagna. And he definitely hates Monday. If you can sometime take a moment to write down the little things you remember. I did it for my beloved dog, and even a year later, I'm glad I did. Absolutely, there's that. There's the other thing that I'm like very, very happy I did is just the amount of pictures and videos I have to reflect on. Definitely a wonderful thing to have. That said, I wasn't ready at the time to ever, like, I remember I pitched the idea of making a Plinko plush right around the time he started getting really sick, so we never got to do that. And then there was a while I was worried that, like, if we ever made, like, a Sig plushie, that it would make me too sad whenever it's his time. But thinking of it, it would almost be wonderful to, like, have a Sig plushie as, like, a cute memorabilia that, you know, people who want that as well can celebrate with. So I've been talking to some people, and who knows, maybe someday you guys will be able to experience a Sig of your own in your home to hug and to cuddle with if you are looking for that. I still mourn my girl Lucy. Sometimes I feel like she's still here with me. It feels comforting. Time may not fully heal the wound, but it eases the pain. Truly, yeah. Weirdly enough, the old adage of time heals all does work, you know. Not voiced by Chris Pratt. Yeah, Sig is definitely not voiced by Chris Pratt. No, he's voiced by a spoiled, rotten baby child, you know. Sig just add water. Yeah, he's like a sea monkey. Did I hear Sig plushie? Yeah, you did hear Sig plushie. So Tess and I would happily welcome a Sig if those stars align. Yeah, and I think the way that I would do it is I'd probably make him be, if we made like a Sig plushie, it'd be very cartoony, so that it'd just be like a cute, regular, generic plushie for people if you were like, you know, you didn't want to be like, oh, well, I got like one of my favorite streamers' cats, and then have people be like, wait, why did you do that? You know, but I personally kind of want one. So it's a little bit selfishly motivated here. But I think that it would be a cool thing to have. Because we, after Plinko went, a ton of you sent really kind things. But the biggest thing that, like, really impacted Morgan and me, especially at the time, was we got a ton of fan art of Plinko. So many, like, paintings and drawings of Plinko, and that is something that I cherish a lot, having things that are likenesses of him around my house. It's definitely helped heal my soul over time. So happy that we have those. So I was like, oh yeah, if I ever have a Sig plushie, that'd be something that'd be a nice thing. Not that I'm thinking about that with Sig. He's a healthy big boy. He's gonna be around forever. He's probably gonna outlive me, honestly. I wish I could have a cat, but my family is allergic, so I'd love to own my own Sig. Oh, yeah. New lore just dropped, Sig voiced by Danny DeVito. Hey, what's up? I'm Sig, and I want food now. Very therapeutic to cry into a plush of your pet for sure when you miss them most. I bet. If they don't know, the others know. Sig is eternal, we all know. He really, like, seriously is just a tank with silly legs. He just, I don't know. He's a fuzzy tank. He could probably barrel through the front line of any, like, military in the entire world. Like, he is an unstoppable force, for sure, when he wants to be. Most of the time, he's an immovable object, though. Yeah, really sturdy cat. He truly is. He could probably beat up most dogs. Oh, chat! That reminded me. When I was, I was walking through Midtown in Manhattan, right? And I was at a crosswalk. And there was a lady with her really cute dog standing a little bit near me. And I was just sitting there. I was waiting for, like, you know, the street to be clear to cross on the crosswalk. And all of a sudden, I felt this, like, wet nose against my hand. And I was like, wait, what? And the dog had wandered over and had been sniffing me and put his wet nose on my hand. And then started licking my hand. And I was like, oh, hey, what's up, little guy? I feel so blessed right now. And then I looked at his owner. And I was like, oh, my God, I love your dog. Is it okay if I pet your dog? And she was like, he would love that. And so while we waited for the crosswalk to change to green, I was sitting there petting her dog. It was so great. I was so happy. Like, totally, like, made me so happy. Set the tone for that whole day. Also working on a little tattoo design of her paw. I took a picture of the day before to make sure I had a good comparison. I plan to call my artist soon. I also might get a little dino fossil tattoo because I called her my fossil kitty. She's over 20 years old. That's... Auntie, that is such a long time to be together. Any way that you memorialize her and commemorate her and just, you know, eternalize her. That is lovely. I love all those ideas. We have an imprint of Plinko's paw in our kitchen that is really important to us. He always sounds so offended when he's picked up. Sig, can I offer you this purr in these trying of times? Yeah, that would be Sig. Speaking of, my aunt's cat snuck up on my dog to sniff him the other day, and later that day, she chased and swatted gently at him. Yeah, some dogs are wimps, you know? And some cats, actually most cats are pretty big, tough guys when they're not being scared of things that shouldn't scare them. The dog came up to pet you. Yeah, pretty much. It was such a cute, sweet dog, too. I wish I'd gotten, like, a video or a picture of the dog. It was so great. I'm torn between getting one of each of my cat's eyes or paws when their time comes. Always have them with me. Yeah, I've talked about it before. I've thought about, like, maybe getting, like, a tattoo. But I have no idea what I would get, honestly. So I'm still... it's not super high on the priority list. Like I said, people sent me so many renditions of Plinko in the form of artwork, or some people wrote very nice notes or cards to Morgan and me, and there's so many videos and pictures. So I'm fulfilled as is. So my dog is like so like that. Everyone is her best friend. I apologize every time she noses people just out on the street. They don't seem to mind though. Yeah, I was happy that it happened. I was like, oh, I've been blessed by puppy. Beans are cute, but both my cats have the most gorgeous eyes. Yeah, and, you know, I don't know. It's eyes are the window to the soul type of thing, right? So, my childhood dog's collar tattooed on my leg. It's my first tat. That's pretty cool idea. I like the idea of that. That's really neat. Kind of naturally goes there, too, you know? Also, chat, I was planning on doing some power wash sims, so I'm going to swap over to that. We can keep talking about stuff. I want to tell you guys about some funny things I witnessed when I was in New York, and we can vibe and chat about whatever we need to chat about tonight. But I had fun. It was a really good time. It's very, very nice. I'm going to keep it in the just chatting category in case people want to gift subs to take advantage of the Crunchyroll deal. Thank you again for helping celebrate birthday week for me. Both of my cats harass my dog. One does it on purpose because it's funny to mess with her. The other is just an idiot and likes to love on the dog or try to play leapfrog. She doesn't know that the dog hates it. Oh, that's so cute and funny. I love that. He was Jack Russell's, so it being on my calf is fitting since that was about his height. Oh, I love the thought that people put into stuff regarding their pets like that. You know, with us still or not. Very, very sweet. Very adorable. By the way, did you guys see... I just applied for a code for it, but did you guys see Power Wash Simulator has even more DLC? They have... Oh, hey, here we go. Back to the Future DLC has been added to Power Wash Simulator. Look at this. I don't know why this specific collab. I don't know. Was it like the anniversary of the movie or something? I have no idea. Very, very excited to play that eventually whenever I get access to it. But we got new DLC to do eventually. In the meantime, we'll try to finish up a bunch of these bonus jobs. Have a whole bunch of them still. So this will be good chill. This will be vibing tonight. Thank you everyone joining. Appreciate all of your support tonight. Thanks for being great. Thanks to those who also sent me donations and subscribed as a member onto my Ko-fi. I've been having a lot of fun. I was just telling Morgan earlier today, I've been having more fun on Ko-fi than I even had on Fan House. Because I've been putting up a ton of pictures of like food I've been eating, trips I've been going on, random everyday sort of things are up there. Pictures of Sig, obviously. But it's been a blast over on Ko-fi, so thank you to those of you who have been supporting me there. Only $4 to sign up if you think about doing it. My dogs came back home. Always knew when people were leaving. They see suitcases and they koala-cling themselves. Yeah, Sig gets really upset when he sees our suitcases and knows that we're about to travel. He gets really upset about it. I think my dog would love to have a cat friend. He's just a wimp and is easily bullied, so it would have to be a cat. Well, you were saying like part Chihuahua, right, for your dog? And that is like automatic recipe for this animal will not be able to handle anything without having an anxiety attack. It broke me to leave my little guy. I always get so sad leaving on vacation. I'm always like, no. Like, with this one coming up here, this trip to LA, I was just telling Morgan earlier today, we were on a walk, and I was like, I don't want to spend, like, a week away from Sig. I get bad separation anxiety from Sig. Ko-fi is great, but because there isn't an app, I always forget to check. Yeah, that's the only issue with it is, like, you have to, like, homepage it on your, like, mobile browser or on your, like, desktop browser to remember to check it. I wish there was a way for it to, like, give, like, shoot an email whenever I put up a new post or something. That would be kind of handy so that you guys knew that I had put up new stuff. But I've been putting up a lot. I put up stuff on there daily. I've been making multiple posts a day sometimes just because I'm having fun with it again. So... Chihuahua Rat Terrier, I think. Not really sure. Yeah, that's like a nervous dog right there. For sure. I clicked to get desktop notifications, but it doesn't. That's so weird. Oh my gosh. I'm sorry that that is malfunctioning. Dumb idea, but what if our pets that have passed on are all friends somewhere? Like maybe our past pets are watching a stream by... But I mean, maybe. Morgan, my partner, is very, very spiritual, and she regularly will point out when... she says Plinko's visiting, and you know, I'm willing to believe that. He was very attached to us. He spent over a decade with us, so, you know. There is, I get an email when you put... Oh, okay, so that's at least something, I suppose. Visiting my dad for Christmas. I'm so nervous leaving my cat, Sora. Oh, I hope Sora has a fun little adventure while you're gone. They normally... Like, Sig always ends up missing us, but he also loves being able to, like, do whatever he wants while we're gone. Like, because he stays with Morgan's parents most of the time, so it's like a fun adventure. It's like a vacation for him. My family's been telling me my dog has been checking my now empty room every day and crying outside my door. Yeah. Sig, I was gone for 2 days, right? And Morgan said that Sig, like, deflated from the moment I, like, left. He just, like, was... like, just deflated on, like, the bed or the couch, like, not moving, just sad with his face, like, smushed into the cushions or the pillows, just, like, waiting for me to come home. And I was like, oh, sad, bratty little guy. Bark at people passing the house, but when my aunts bring their dog Ramon over, he lets him drink his water and play with his toys and lay on his blanket because he's a pusher. Oh, cute. Agree with Morgan, their energies never leave us. I like the thought of it. You know, it is very comforting to think that way. Definitely have that belief. My last dog and my first dog were both so special to me, and to this day, 21 years since my first dog, I can still feel them, especially when I'm suffering in one way or another. They're companions for life type of thing, you know? And life doesn't mean just theirs, it means life. I mean, that ties into the Rainbow Bridge story, such belief. Also, a fellow spiritual person I know in my cockatiel, had him nearly 20 years, comes back to visit because I can hear him screaming and making kissy noises / sweet whistles. That's very sweet. That's so adorable. I love that. It's a very comforting idea for sure. Regardless of what your beliefs are, you know, you at least keep a piece of them with you always, even internally. I'd like to think. So when I bring my brother to class on his long days, he's on campus for 4 hours, but even in that amount of time, my cat Mustachio will be outside his door meowing and wanting to see him. She loves him so much. That's so cute. Mustachio. Or the sweet dreams where they come to you in your dreams. Yeah. Yeah, I always like to think of those as not dreams. Those are visits. You know. Even if it's just my brain replaying memories, it's comforting. Right. We see comfort in different ways. Depending on circumstance. And it's lovely when we have those consistent thoughts or memories or whatever that just bring us some kind of joy or whatever. I like that kind of stuff for sure. Remember, Bridge did so much for me when my first dog died. Everyone just wanted me to stop crying, but that poem and a well-meaning Catholic family friend were the only things to help me to process the grief. Well, I'm glad that you were able to process the grief in a way that made sense to you and was very kind, you know. I'm personally not religious at all, and I personally have my own beliefs, but I am always happy to hear when, regardless of where the source is, people reach out and are kind. Life in all its forms, whatever they are so cool. Yeah. I was home and chilled today. Tracer had been literally physically attached every second she can be. Oh. Yep. A lot of animals with the same separation anxiety as us. They always say that your pets resemble you in some way, shape, or form, right? For me and Sig, we just get along. We just vibe. We get each other. He's my big stinking guy, right? But it also means whenever I leave him, I'm like, no, I don't want to be away from him. I'm worried about him. So what Morgan's mom will do is she'll send pictures of Sig to us as updates to, like, let us know that he's doing okay, that he's lounging and just having fun. He's a big vibing guy. Bagel parent, what's up, Mavis? How we doing? When we originally got Mustachio, she was very skittish and anxious, especially around men, and now my brother is her best friend. Love that. That's adorable. We'd love to see that kind of growth. You know, yeah, we're each other's emotional support animal, for sure. Love that. I truly. My friend has a baby cam for a cat. I mean, pet cams are really common now. I think they're cool. You know, I'm not going to judge people for pet cams or anything like that. I've thought about getting one. Need to make sure to hang out in the main part of the house when I go back to Texas in April so my babies get mama time. Yeah. Yeah, for sure. This reminds me, I saw a license plate that said SIG, and I was scrambling to get my phone out to take a picture. It was too late. Oh, no. I saw so much when I was in New York City where I had put my phone in my pocket, and I was like, oh, shit, it's too late to capture this ridiculous New York City moment that I wanted to share. That's always the worst. Thank you for letting me know about it, though. That's hilarious and adorable. Fizzy, get some good rest. Thank you for dropping by. I want one just to see what insane chaos Tracer gets up to in the night. Yeah, that's more my thing. I'm like, what the hell does this dude do sometimes when I'm like not home? What is he doing? What was he cooking? You know? It is really funny. Like, I have a lot of friends who have pet cams, and they will sometimes just put the feed on and be like, look at our ridiculous child. And I'm like, I love this. This is better than TV. This is better than streaming, like, TV shows or some shit like that. I would rather watch other people. I'd rather watch people's pets on pet cam. For sure. Literally screamed, Sig! And my boyfriend who was driving went, huh? And I was like, Brian's cat. Oh, my God. The big, big boy. I'm so glad that people love Sig as much as I do. He's happy, man. Very, very happy, funny guy. Oh, stinking dude. I can't have my own cat, but next week I'm cat sitting for someone I know, so I get to chill with 2 cats for a week. Oh, hell yeah. Have fun. Have a blast. I wasn't able to have a cat when I was growing up living with my parents because my parents were so deadly allergic to them, and it always bummed me out. Couldn't get a dog either for the same reason. They just had too many allergies. So now, I'm like, yeah, it's cat time, dude. I love it. He's the big chonkin' dude, right? The big funny lad. I love it. Heatherman Mocha, good to see you here. Hello. Happy birthday week. Can't stick around because I have to work early. Totally understandable. I started very late again tonight. I think it just like the stream before I went on my trip and this first stream back from my trip are late. Tomorrow night, hopefully I go live a little bit earlier. We can hang out for a little bit longer, but get some great rest. Heather, I hope that your work shift goes really well. Thank you so much for dropping by. He's a big baby guy. He is. He's so spoiled, right? But, yeah, I was very blessed to be licked by a rando dog in New York. Definitely, Morgan FaceTimed me, and Sig was in the FaceTime because he was just confused about, like, how he could hear my voice, I think. And he was, like, looking into the FaceTime, like, camera, like, huh? What? Why are you in, like, a little screen, basically? But I was like, Sig, I had a dog lick me today. Are you jealous? And I thought that was funny. Man, I saw some crazy shit when I was in the city, though. Good God. There was, probably one of my favorite moments was last night 2 nights ago, I was walking back to my hotel room. And, yo, take care, Austin. Thank you so much for being here. Truly, thank you so much for vibing for as long as you were able to. Appreciate you. Like, thank you for being here. Why are you in the rectangle? Exactly. I always felt bad when I couldn't afford more than one cat because it's very social, but now I live with my partners, and he's got a big brother who has the same name. Looks the same, just a different color. I love that. Bowie's living the life now, you know? You love to see it. But, I was walking back to my hotel. I was on West 38th, or 32nd Street. No, I was on West 38th. West 32nd is Koreatown. I was on West 38th in Midtown. And as I was walking, I came up to this, like, the sound of, like, yelling. And I was like, oh, it's New York City. Like, who the hell's yelling? But it was, like, this woman who's like, yo, what the fuck is wrong with you? What the, like, fuck you. Get the fuck out of your fucking car, you fucking, like, jerk. And, like, this slamming. And I was like, okay, what the hell's going on? So I, like, walked up to what was going on. And what had happened, I guess, was, because there was, like, people standing around and filming it and shit. But this like crusty ass old white dude, classic New York, yeah, very classic New York, had been brake checking these 2 women just randomly in the middle of the street, which you just don't do in New York. Like, you're 100% gonna cause a fucking accident if you do that. But he had been brake checking them, and he had almost caused an accident. So they were in standstill traffic, and the 2 women, the woman driving and the woman in the passenger seat, got out of the car and started, like, punching his windows. And he was sitting there like a giant wimp, and he was just staring ahead and pretending like he didn't hear or see them. And they were, like standing in front of his car so he couldn't drive anywhere, and they were, like, slapping his windows and being like, get the fuck out of here, motherfucker, fuck you, what the fuck is your problem, what are you fucking doing? And it was so great. I was like, That's New York, baby. That is fucking New York, baby. It was hilarious. One of my favorite things I witnessed while I was there. Yeah, queen shit, New York City style, for sure. Like, screw that guy. Like, he's not going to mess with people like that again. But everyone around was like, no, they're totally justified. Because, like, a bunch of people were stopping, and they were like, what the hell's going on? And they were like, no, these ladies are completely justified. Absolutely justified. You know, it's the best. It made me very, very happy. But, yeah, it was just in the middle of the street, in the middle of public. Perfect. Exactly the New York City I remembered. Because it's been a couple years since I've gotten to go. But I had a blast witnessing that. Earlier yesterday, I was walking back from Koreatown. Because I was buying Morgan some souvenirs. And a guy came up to me and he was like, yo, what's up, brother? And I, like, didn't, you know, high-five him back. I just, like, kept kind of walking by him. And, he was like, yo, where are you from, man? Where are you from? And I just went, I'm from New York, dude. And he went, oh, okay. I'm not going to try to sell you stuff. And just walked away from me. And I just like, yeah, works every single time. Last time I was in the worst part of New York City, which is Times Square. Because it's just terrible. It's just an awful tourist trap. A guy in a Spider-Man costume came up and was just like, hey man, do you want a picture with me? Do you want a picture with Spider-Man? And I didn't say anything to him. I just kept walking, and he started following me and harassing me. And he was like, come on, man, like only $11 for a picture with Spider-Man. And I just turned around and I was like, dude, I'm from New York. And he was just like, oh, okay, see ya. And so it works every time. If you don't want to be bothered by people soliciting you, you just say, yo, dude, I'm from New York, and they leave you alone. I go, all right, I get it. Because that's the thing. No one gets like offended there. People are just like, it's the grind. It's the hustle. You see it all over the place. So it was funny to pull that card again. I was like, yeah, no, dog. I'm from New York. It's all good. Chill. Go hit up some, like, European or something who's visiting for the weekend. Or for the week. They'll give you the money. I was surprised by how much my niece loved New York. I thought she'd see all the business and decide that one short trip was enough for her. But they might be going back in spring. She went to It's Sugar and bought me New York themed gummy bears and a rainbow slice of cake for my birthday. Oh my God. I mean, here's the thing. I get when people are like, yeah, New York City's not the city for me. Totally, literally get it. I understand. But for a lot of people, they go, oh my God, there's so much shit to do here that I didn't get to do or see. I want to go back just to, like, experience everything. And that's sort of part of the draw of New York City that I like a lot. And then, also, it's so funny you mentioned gummy bears, because someone made the joke of, like, the Gummy Bear album is dropping on November 13th the other day, and I did not get the reference. And right after that stream, Emiato, thank you so much for the lurk. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for 73 freaking months. Are you kidding me? Thank you so much for supporting the stream. I appreciate you a ton. Thank you so much. You're great. I appreciate you. Thank you. You're wonderful. Mavis, that's hilarious. Yeah, sorry, I don't speak English. Wait, what is it? Huh? But you just said that in English. Thank you so much, Emieto. I appreciate you. Enjoy your lurk. Thank you for being here, supporting what I do as much as you do. But yeah, it was a funny time. It was a really funny trip. Good shit. But yeah, oh, the gummy bear thing. So it's funny. Right after that stream, Morgan and I were on TikTok, and there was a TikTok of a cat that came up with that voice. And it was like, the Gummy Bear album is dropping on November 13th. And I was like, oh my God, that's so funny. We literally were just talking about this reference. And I didn't get it on stream, but now I've gotten to experience it. Now I got to see the silly cat. That's funny to me. I like it. Yeah, Arahaku, I don't know. Wallet pickpocketing kind of only happens to fucking stupid people. So I think that that your teacher was trying to be, like, keep you guys safe, but also, like, if your teacher had been pickpocketed, then your teacher was kind of dumb. Because, like, a good pickpocket is not going to go after someone with a really secure wallet. They're going to be going for the easy prey. And most of the people in the mascot costumes are generally not going to pickpocket you. They're going to try to fleece you in other ways. They're going to go, yo, do you want a picture with Spider-Man? And you go, sure, because you don't know any better. And then they take a picture with you, and then they go, okay, that's going to be $11, dude. And you're going to go, wait, what? $11? And then they're going to go, yeah, $11 for the picture. And then most people just go, oh, okay, sure, here's $11. But, you know, that's the hustle. That's been the hustle for a while. Pickpocketing, that's old school. That's for babies. I won't get into it, but worried about my sister at the moment and having trouble sleeping. This community is always a place of comfort, so big appreciation to you and this community. I'm so sorry. Sending you nothing but good vibes, Emiato. I hope that everything works out. Thank you so much for, you know, coming to us and sharing that vulnerability. I really hope that we can be a cool place to just vibe and take your mind off of things or take some good energy if you need it here. When in New York City at Central Park, my mother-in-law and father-in-law paid $15 for a hot dog each at the same hot dog stand. My wife and I had paid $7 per hot dog maybe 15 minutes before. Difference, my wife and I were dressed fairly similar to everyone else. They were wearing fanny packs and sun hats. Oh, yeah. They're absolutely clocked as ignorant tourists. They paid for it. That happens, too. The fleece, the hustle in New York, you got to kind of respect it a little bit. You do? Yeah, basically the thing that I always say in New York is just, I don't know, be a person. No one is going to be paying attention to you if you just don't act like you're lost and scared and afraid of everyone. Because it's just a city that's big. It's full of normal people. There's lots of weird shit that happens there just based on pure probability from the humongous population. But most of the time, yeah, you're not going to get taken advantage of unless you're sticking out like a sore thumb. For sure. First thing I remember about Vegas is the characters in the street harassing you for pictures. Yep. That's the move now. There's even been, it's so funny because like there's stories of like some of those dudes who will like be like, that will be like $11 for the picture, and people trying to get out of it by being like, sorry bro, I don't have any cash on me. And they'll be like, that's fine, I take Square. And they'll like whip out like a smartphone with like a Square app. The best and biggest city tip is walk with purpose. Yeah, honestly, if you're out and about in New York City, you know, you can take pictures, do the touristy thing. No one's going to bother you about that. But also, just don't be in people's way. And most of the people out and about are just trying to get somewhere. So again, just don't stick out. Don't block traffic. Don't like foot traffic. Just get to where you need to go. And then enjoy your time. That's it. It's pretty easy. And that's like my rules for tourism pretty much anywhere. Just walk to where you need to go. I got Venmo, yeah. If you're lost, don't make it obvious. Yeah, that's when you become a target. It's not just that you're marked automatically because you exist. So that's always what I try to point out to people. I'm like, people who fearmonger about New York City like it's the scariest place in the world, I'm always just like, nah, you just don't know New York very well. My high school history teacher spent many years in Philly and New York, and he did a lesson about how to exist in New York one day. Included a lesson on how, when, and why to say fuck you. Also a lesson on how nothing will happen to you if you're not an idiot. Yup, there we go. Those are my 2 rules, and I love saying fuck you to people. I said fuck you to like 3 people I was there, and they just kept walking. They didn't care. That's just the way. Yeah, walk with purpose is good advice for anywhere. Exactly. Thank you, Octography. Thank you for the Prime for 66 freaking months. Can we get some hype and some pride in the chat? Thank you very, very much. I appreciate your support. What if I'm an idiot? Maybe put New York City pretty low on your tourist spots to go. That's it. That's the only advice I have. Because here's the thing, is if you're someone who's like, well, I do kind of stick out like a sore thumb because I get like, you know, like all spun around and weird and then like act all nervous in public and shit. Maybe it might not be the city for you. And that's up to you as a person with autonomy who's an adult to make the decision. Oh yeah, maybe I just shouldn't go to a place quite that big, that overstimulating, and that wild. And that's your own responsibility to figure out, you know? Not the cities. So that's how it is. The more east you go, the more primal the people. I mean, I don't like to say stuff like that because I always feel like it comes across as classist. But I've never had a problem on the east side either. I've gone to the east side a million times. I stick out in a neurodivergent way, but I don't know if I do in a tourist way. Yeah, see, there we go. There's plenty of neurodivergent people in New York City. You'll fit right in. You'll be fine. That said, the primal nature of, like, if we were talking about, like, people are just unhinged sometimes, I'm fine with that. That's something I love about New York. I love to go there to people watch. Neurospicy is not tourist friendly. Yes, exactly. In fact, I'd say most of us who are neurospicy are, like, the opposite of, like, Midwest tourist kind of vibe, you know? When did it get to be 5 a.m.? Time to use the sleep. Yes, please go take care of yourself. Liz, this is what I was talking about. It's like... when I saw you in chat, I was like, it's so late for you. What are you doing? But yes, go take care of you. You're wonderful. That's what I mean, the unhinged kind of... Okay, yeah. We're good. We're on the same page then. Yeah, the way that I look at it is... If you live in a place as wacky and weird as New York City... It actually pays to be a little bit funky as well. It pays to be a little bit weird. I'm cool with that. That's what I love. Everyone's just doing their own strange things, and no one really seems to mind most of the time, because the thing about it is, like, I don't know, like, everyone's got somewhere to be. They're minding their own business. You are not the center of attention in a city of millions of people. So, even though there's more people around you, there's a higher chance that less of them will be paying attention to what you're doing. That, again, huge part of why I love that city. Same with Chicago, like, oh, but gangs and people get shot and blah, blah, blah. Yeah, and it all normally is rooted in, like, weird classist, like, fear-mongering, Fox News level shit is what I always find when I dig deeper and ask those people, what do you mean? That's everywhere. This is America, but also, like, you're less likely to be a target if you just act like you know what you're doing. Whenever I was walking places in Chicago, AirPods in, rest in bitch face on, walk with purpose, mind your business. Yeah, that's good city advice right there, I have to say. I never heard that about the East as someone who only ever left the East for a total of 10 months in my entire life. The love-hate relationship I have with South/North changed deeply from living in the South in the past, though. Yeah, I mean, that's fair, for sure. And here's the thing. It's like blanket statements in general normally never hold true. But I will say this much. Like, you're going to find weird people everywhere. There's some people who act like, you know, communities that are certain ways where it's like, oh yeah, people from Texas are more likely to be this way than people in, you know, Boston. Stuff like that. Certain truths like that are, like, geographical can sometimes exist, for sure. But I gotta say, you know, as someone, I used to live in Florida. There's parts of Florida that, like, I don't want to endorse the state, because, like, fuck Ron DeSantis and, like, a lot of the things that are going on in Florida currently politically. But there's places and communities I love in Florida, you know? There's places in the South that are cool that I visited. But I gotta say that in East Coast, we definitely have a fuck you attitude, and I like it. So, it's great. Especially driving. Ever seen someone from New York or Jersey merge? I have a feeling that you haven't been to many states, because here's the thing I always try to explain to people like you, is we are very aggressive drivers, but people are pretty decent drivers. Versus people in, like, LA tend to be really aggressive drivers who suck at driving. New York and New Jersey, we know how to use a horn to say, hey, buddy, fuck you for getting in my way. You almost caused an accident. Where it's like LA, it's like the horn is used after the accident's happened, and everyone's like, well, that would have been useful 30 seconds ago, brother. Or here's my most lukewarm take I've ever made on stream. If you've ever driven in Ohio, listen, I know there's a lot of mid-jokes about Ohio, but something that's a legitimate concern I want to bring up is people in Ohio fucking blow it driving. They are the most mid-drivers in the entire U.S. I've been to Ohio so many times in my life. I almost went to college in Ohio, except the drive there, I went, oh, yeah, this isn't the move. Ohio, they treat their roads like it's the Autobahn, where there's some people going 10 fucking miles an hour, and then there's other people who are driving 94 for no reason at all. Yeah, Indiana's just as bad as Ohio. I'll give you that. No, I've been to Indiana's close enough to that Midwest vibe of Ohio, and I've been to Indiana enough. I will agree with you. Yeah, no, absolutely. They're just as bad there. They're pretty bad, for sure. I'm gonna definitely give you that. People in the Midwest fucking blow at driving. The reason that people from the Midwest think that people in the East Coast, in Jersey and New York, are bad drivers is because they are scared of how aggressive our driving is, while also not understanding most of us have been, because you have to drive everywhere in cities in the East Coast. You mistake aggressive driving for bad driving, which is not the case. You gotta grow the fuck up. You gotta buck the fuck up if you drive on the East Coast. That's not us being bad drivers. That's you being a pussy. So that's what I want to point out. As someone who's mostly ever lived in New Jersey, I can agree we have shit drivers. Yeah, you got shit drivers there, for sure. No question. I'm not going to say but you guys are doing the whataboutism, like, what about this, though? You're doing the, like, pancakes and waffles thing. You're doing the, like, but what, okay, but that statement you just made also excludes people who have, like, 4 hairs on their head and not 5 hairs on their head. You're doing too much of that, chat. Of course there's bad drivers everywhere. But I'm going to say, my experience living on the East Coast for a majority of my life, the drivers are a lot better than you think they are compared to a lot of other places in the country. And most people who have, like, anxiety disorders think that the driving is bad. When it's not. Jersey drivers just... Here's the thing. Okay, I will give you this about Jersey specifically, but you can't tell me that this is the case in New York. Jersey fucking sucks to drive in, which sometimes results in bad drivers, because New Jersey signage on streets, on expressways, on exits, fucking blows. It's the worst in the country. Hands down. Oh my God. If you don't have GPS in Jersey, or if you are not familiar with driving around Jersey, you will get lost, because they do not have good signage in Jersey at all. There are streets that just straight up do not have a street sign. And you'll be like, but everyone in the area knows the name of that street. That is every time I've ever been to Jersey. I've been to Jersey a million times, and that's my experience every single time, just being like, these streets are labeled like shit, dude. Or, like, the street sign is in, like, the least intuitive place. It's, like, not on the corner of the streets. It's not, like, on the stoplights, like, ahead to show you, like, oh, this cross street is named this. It's, like, they have it on, like, a 2-foot pole that's, like, halfway down the sidewalk for some reason. So you don't even see it till you, like, turn onto the street. You're like, what? Oh, cool, awesome, great, I guess. You know? It's terrible. I was amazed to see how much better the signs were when I got out of Jersey. Yeah. So here's the thing. I think so. Maybe this is my hypothesis about why you might think that people in Jersey are bad drivers and what might make bad drivers in Jersey. I think what happens a lot in Jersey is people don't remember where they are, especially if they're from out of town, because of the bad signs. And then they go, oh shit, I was supposed to turn there. I'm going to merge across 5 lanes of fucking traffic in front of, like, a tractor trailer and, like, a van of a family of 4. And I think that's what does it. I think that's where... So the merging in Jersey, especially if you drive on, like, the Jersey Turnpike, or if you've tried to drive through Newark, for instance. No thank you. You know, those places suck. For sure. So I'll give you a little credit there. I'll give you a little credit on that one. You know? The street in LA were a yikes situation. I mean, the street signage in LA is infinitely better than Jersey. The problem with LA is people, I don't know, it's like slow reaction time. It's because they're so used to sitting in traffic. Like, I don't know. I don't know what causes it, but, like, LA drivers really are pretty terrible. Like, that is a truth that holds true. For sure. Everyone in Jersey is just lost, yeah. Rui's like that. I moved there with my ex to be closer to his family, and then his mom picked us up. She almost got in a fight with some guy who nearly crashed into us. That's another thing I noticed about Jersey is in New York, we will tell people to fuck themselves, and we'll go about our days, and no one is like, you know, no one holds a grudge against that person. They're like, fuck that guy, whatever. Every time I've been in Jersey, it seems like everyone is actually willing to fight, though. It's like, you're going to be like, yo, fuck you, buddy. Way to merge, dummy. Like, you big, dumb, stupid. And then that guy's, like, out of his car. He's like, what do you call me, man? I'm about to kick your side view mirror off. You know? But, again, I will say this. Ohio, you're number one on my list for worst drivers in the entire country. Easy. Hands down. Not a fucking shot. As far as, like, just truly terrible. Other place that drivers are not super great is the QEW in Ontario, in Canada. If you've ever been there, QEW drivers are insane. For no reason, they drive a lot. It reminds me of Ohio drivers. And then downtown Toronto, you know, I've driven through New York City a number of times, and I'm fine there. It's not that bad. It's actually pretty easy to get around for the most part because everything's on a grid, and there's no way to cause an accident because everyone's moving 2 miles an hour because the traffic's so bad. Toronto has the traffic, but still somehow has terrible drivers. I don't get it. I don't know what it is. But Grim, take care. Thank you so much for vibing. Thank you very, very much for chilling. Met a girl from New Jersey a couple years ago, and I'm pretty sure she'd fight a fucking tree if she thought it had some shit to say. Yes. No. I'm 100% agreeing with that for sure. Oh my God. That's Canada for you? It's wild because, like, I've told you I visit Niagara Falls in Canada all the time. And I used to be like, oh, man, the drivers here are bad, but it's probably because, like, half of them are tourists and, like, you know, it's a big tourist area. It's a big tourist town. And then, like, I started visiting Toronto years back, and I was like, it's a big city. Like, all big cities kind of have shitty traffic. And then I visited a ton of other big cities. And every time I go back to Toronto, I'm like, God, driving here is a fucking nightmare. And getting into it is the worst experience in the world because you are in, like, bumper-to-bumper traffic, moving 1 inch an hour for like 3 hours to just get into Toronto with the way that they funnel all their traffic in. And that is terrible. So everyone's already in a bad mood. And then you're already in an even worse mood because you had to take the QEW to, like, you know, which everyone drives like a maniac on. So it's very annoying. It's just a terrible, like, buildup of awful driving experience. Oh God, QEW/401 still haunts my nightmares. I moved away 7 years ago. I still prefer driving the dangerous. I'm not gonna say this right. I'm sorry. Coquihalla over Toronto/QEW driver. Yeah, Toronto drivers just there's something weird about it. It's just I think it's the way that they funnel all the traffic there, for sure. Kelsey, hey, welcome to the stream. Nice to have you here. Welcome. Hope you're having a good evening. Thank you so much for joining us. It's a very late night gang. Good Lord. Tennessee's like that? I've never heard that about Tennessee, but I believe it. Maybe not, like, I've only been to Memphis in Tennessee, and the traffic there is nothing. You know, that's a pretty easy to navigate city. But I can imagine it being that way, like maybe Nashville, like a larger city. So I could see it. You know, Boston's that way. Every time I've ever gone to Boston, the roadways are all curving and crazy. I've talked about this a million times, but, like, Boston is actually my least favorite driving city. Not necessarily because the drivers are bad, but because the layout of the roads is like 4 drunk guys just got together and were like, let's design a city. Let's design some roadways. So it will be like, oh yeah, your destination is literally 0.1 mile away, but it's going to take you half an hour to get there because you're going to have to go down this side street that is going to lead onto this off-ramp that you take all the way around to get to the lower level of the city where you're going to be on this, like, one main route for a little while, and then you have to take another ramp off to go over to the place that's 0.1 mile away. So that's the way that I see Boston. It's just a can of worms. Like one of the most foul driving experiences ever in the world. I've driven through there so many times and it's never been good. You know? Nashville is one of the least favorite places ever. There's some cool shit there, but it's not even worth it trying to get there. Is that because of the traffic, or is that just because the vibes are off? Again, I've never been to Nashville. I've only been to Memphis, and Memphis is fine. Memphis is chill. I like Memphis. They'll violate 5 traffic rules in one go and then get scandalized if you yell, fuck you. Yeah, that's it. I mean, it's very weird. I feel you on that. I think that's like Canadian drivers everywhere I've gone as well, Halloween, so that's a pretty accurate statement. It's like I've tried to treat Toronto drivers the way I treat New York drivers, and they're like, they act like I just shot their dog in front of them. And I'm like, no, and like, bro, it's not that deep. Just a quick fuck you. From Nashville to East Tennessee, there's a bunch of the touristy stuff. It's a huge nightmare trying to drive through. Oh, God. If Toronto's worse, no thanks. I mean, Sarah, have you been to Nashville? You've been to Memphis, but Memphis is a very mid-size, like, smaller traffic city. Memphis, every time I go to Memphis, I'm like, this is just Rochester in the South. So, been to Memphis. Yeah, but Memphis is a very different city. Very, very, very different city than Nashville. Nashville's the big guy. That's the one with all the traffic and the tourist shit. But I will say this much. I've heard nightmare stories about Nashville, so I believe it. But I've also, like, maybe I'll fly in someday, you know? Maybe I'll check it out if I fly in to do touristy shit. No one wants to stay in Illinois longer than they have to. I haven't been to Illinois in years, so I don't know how to validate that statement. But I guess I'll just have to take you at your word on it. Traffic and sometimes the vibes too, for sure. Okay, fair. I mean, it is the South. So, it just, again, there's bad drivers everywhere, but certain cities, obviously, just based on sheer population alone, or the touristy appeal that they have, are going to be way worse. Memphis, I have no problem in. I think Memphis is, like, super chill. But again, that would be like comparing Rochester to New York City, and there's like just no comparison. So I can see Nashville being terrible. Tell my wife went to uni and had its city plans mixed up with the plans of a nearby town. How does that happen? What the heck? Oh my God. So many roads just end at fields and then continue like 3 blocks away. Some roads change names a few times navigating between. How is that allowed to still be the case, though, Cherry Pie Spy? Like, how come the town hasn't been like, we should fix this? Like, just as a safety precaution alone, this should be on the priority list of the town, like, board meeting this week. Every week until it gets fixed. What's that about? Rather live in Illinois than Tennessee, but I'm in a bias zone because all my family is up north. I mean, that's fair. I think I would rather be in Illinois instead of Tennessee as well, because northern states in general just resonate with me more, and my rights tend to be protected a little bit more. I think that a lot of the times when I talk to people and they're like, yeah, but like Austin is like a really cool place in Texas. I'm like, yeah, but it is still in Texas, where they regularly try to take LGBTQ plus rights away. Or treat minorities like shit. 2 things that I kind of belong to and are important, like staying alive things for me. I live right on the... So I don't blame you wanting to escape Tennessee to go up north, especially if you got family there. I live right on the MOIL border. Quite frankly, it's a toss-up. One I have rights in, but one has better roads. I flew in and got picked up at the Nashville airport, and the airport itself isn't the worst, but the moment I stepped outside, I almost got ran over by someone who was on their phone, thinking they were trying to get out of the airport. That's fair. That's understandable. Where experiences like that are going to make you be like, yeah, no, people here are just clueless. I get that, because that's the way that I feel every time I go to Indianapolis. I've been in Indianapolis a fair number of times, and I'm always just like, man, why are people here such terrible drivers? The traffic's not nearly as bad as most of the big cities I've gone to. I think it just, I don't, is everyone just drunk there all the time behind the wheel? That's because that's the vibe I get. I'm not entirely sure, but it happened in the 1910s. Everyone just didn't fix it. It's something the heritage community is weirdly proud about. I guess it's a fun trivia thing for the area, for sure. Can be. Indiana isn't real. It really doesn't feel real anytime I go. Possibly one of the few interesting things about the town. So they cling to it. Yeah, for sure. For sure. My friend went to Utah for college, then came to visit and gave me a ride somewhere. I think her driving got worse while in Utah. I know nothing. Here's my thing. I know nothing about Utah driving. I know nothing about Utah in general, really. Except that they have Salt Lake City there, and they did the Olympics there years ago. Outside of that, and they have a lot of Mormon cults out there. But outside of that, I do not know anything about Utah. I have no interest in it, I guess, as a state, really. I'm sorry, no offense to anyone from Utah, but it just, not my cup of tea, not my jam. It's almost time to finish the apple cider. I'm so excited. Ooh, hell yeah. I hope it is delicious. I've never made homemade apple cider. How easy is it? Because I kind of want to do that now. It's one of my favorite beverages around this time of year. I've never given it a whack, you know? I've been trying, I've been to Utah once, but I just took the bus and didn't really pay attention to drivers. Seemed normal to me. Okay. That's fair. Yeah, there's going to be some states where it's just like, yeah, people just drive. They're just normal drivers. But then there's going to be, like, divisive places you bring up, like, hey, Philadelphia. God, the people in fucking Philly, dude. And then some people are like, what are you talking about? I've lived in Philly my whole life, and they're fine. Drivers are fine. Like, I don't know. I personally do not like Philly traffic very much. Not the biggest fan of the drivers out there. And I used to live in Pennsylvania, so I think my opinion has a little bit of fact behind it and weight. My roommate's cat decided it's time for cuddles. I'm blessed. You are blessed. That's so cute. Had to refresh the stream. Twitch was being wild when I looked away, and I was counting down 39 minutes worth of ads. Wait, what? Yeah, I definitely do not have... I think I set it to 5 minutes of ads, not 39. That is too many minutes of ads. They would have given me a lot of support, but also you would never have seen stream again, which is kind of wild. Yeah, Sarah, listen. As you know from watching these streams, I am someone who has what they like to call neuroticism. So I would definitely be following to a T all the instructions. Because I don't want botulism personally. Wisconsin really wouldn't be so bad if it weren't for the horrifying roads from the winter and salt. Yeah, I can imagine. I can imagine that does a number. I mean, we get that up here north as well. For sure. Very easy. I make it in a crock pot, just apples and oranges with the spices, and I cook in enough water to cover on low for about 6 hours, and mash it up and strain it. Oh, cool. I didn't realize it was that simple of a process, though. Personally, I hate Philly, but that's because the closer I am to Philly, the less cold weather I experience. Oh, yeah, you're one of those weird ones who enjoys cold weather. That's fair. That is very, very fair. I like Philly in short bursts. I've been there enough where I'm like, it's fine. It's whatever. I don't have any strong opinions about Philadelphia. Eagles fans are a little bit fucking unhinged, in my opinion. But outside of that, it's a fun city to visit. Cheesesteaks rule. Philly cheesesteaks are like some of the best food ever invented. Drivers kind of suck, but that's okay. I will watch ads for you, but I would miss so much watching the same Subaru ad for 40 minutes. So true, though. Oh, my God. I heard it's always sunny. Oh, my God. Not hitting me with that. I can't stand the Eagles fans, but my middle name is named after a different football team. I also hate that team, but I love the Giants. Okay, well, good luck to you this season, then. My best friend is a Giants fan, and he's like, yeah, I fucking gave up on the season already. What an absolute dog shit season it's been. Some very bad football being played by all of your second and third stringers because everyone's hurt on the team. My mom made Mexican punch, which is a winter drink. It's like cider, but different ingredients like guava, hibiscus, sugarcane, etc. It's so good. That sounds really good. Served hot? I would give that a shot for sure. Absolutely would give that a little sipsy-do. I like the idea. I like the description of it. I'm somewhat okay just chilling in North Carolina for now. I don't really like to leave it because I'm used to our brand of shitty drivers. They aren't too bad. I haven't driven through Carolina in a really long time, so I is another state I don't have any strong opinions of the drivers there. I don't have, like, many intense memories of the drivers there. I'll say this, when I lived in Jacksonville, I drove through a number of different cities in Florida, like, pretty regularly, because my friend and I, one of the things we do is you just go on fun road trips to other cities. Jacksonville had okay drivers. Not in the city, but Jacksonville Beach was okay to drive through, which is where I lived. I lived in the, like, in the Jacksonville area, like, beach area, not the city area. The city drivers were horrendous. People out in Tampa were okay. Tampa was fine, overall for driving. Got kind of congested sometimes out there, but overall not too bad. Like places like Fort Lauderdale, okay. Never made it down to Miami, but I've been to Orlando a bunch. Traffic sucks there, and driving sucks because a lot of the drivers are tourists or snowbirds. So driving in Orlando blows. Clearwater, Florida, I dropped by quickly. There's not enough people for it to even have driving being an issue. It's all, like, their average age in Clearwater is like 76 years old. So that one's not too bad of a place to drive through if you want, like, a peaceful beach view. Let's see, driving into Georgia normally sucked. Like, southern Georgia is, like, pretty rough driving. No one knows how to drive there. I don't know what it is. I was flying to a nursing home job today, and one of the old ladies immediately said, uh-oh, a cheesehead. It slaps. It's one of my favorite Xmas traditions. The drink. Good Christmas drink. It sounds good. I really kind of want to. If you have the recipe to drop in the Discord, I would absolutely give that a shot this year, probably. Sounds like a delicious punch. I must try it immediately. Yeah, right? I would absolutely. I don't know if it's like a family recipe that you'd have to, like, write yourself, or if it's something that, like, your mom uses an online one that's close enough. But either way, if you're willing, I would love that in the food talk section of the Discord. Used to live in Orlando, and at I-4 hunts? Yeah. Oh, my God. So you know. You're very aware. Oh, boy. You are very, very, very aware. It's it's funny, because so when I lived in Jacksonville, I ran into snowbirds all the time, because people from the Rochester and Buffalo area of New York, where I live, a lot of the, like, old retirees end up buying, like, a winter house down there, or just having extended stays down there. So they'd all flood in at the same time, but because they were all 1,000 years old, they were terrible drivers, and you mix that in with, like, the tourists, and Orlando especially, although it was even bad sometimes in Jacksonville during the winter, but, like, Orlando especially, it's hell. It is the worst place to be. It is just truly awful. So, I'll see if I can. I'd love to share with you all. Yeah, hell yeah. I mean, here's my thing, Halloween. You talk about being Mexican a lot. You share a lot of your Mexican heritage with this community. Food is one of those great things that I think brings cultures together, brings people together in general. So if you want to share, like, recipes like that, I'm so for it. I'm so down with that. Definitely want to try it. Sounds like a lot of other people in the community are excited to celebrate your heritage with you via the wonder of food. Oregon for the longest time, you could not pump your own gas. Hey, Jersey is like that. You can't pump your own gas, which always weirds me out when I go. In 2017, they took the smaller counties into consideration who don't have the luxury of 24-hour gas stations. They were able to pump their own gas, and now recently they let gas stations add self-serve pumps so I can pump my own gas for the first time ever. Oh my god, that must be such a convenience now. Such a relief. Yeah, because growing up in New York, the first time I ever went to Jersey, you know, ages ago, I was, I don't know, like in my late teens. I think it was like 19 the first time I went to Jersey. Me and my buddy rolled up to a gas station, and we hopped out of the car, and the attendant had just come out and was like, you know, wiping down his hands, and he was like, whoa, 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 why are you guys getting out of your car? And we were like, we were going to pump our gas. And he was like, because I'm assuming he thought we were like going to rob him or something. And then he was like, no, he's like, you guys aren't from Jersey, are you? And he's like, you guys are New Yorkers, aren't you? And we were like, yeah. And he's like, yeah, you can't do that. It's illegal here. It's really weird. Feel blessed because I lived in Florida. I lived in Pensacola, just barely in the state. Yeah, but you were in... Okay, so you're in the Panhandle? I don't want to say anything because anything I say about people from the Panhandle will be mean. I'm so sorry. So we're all making cider now? Community activity night? Yes, that and Mexican punch. Dealer's choice. The boiled fruit / seeds / sugar cane can have a weird texture if you're particular about texture, but it can be strained out. Okay. Well, I mean, yeah, it depends on, like, how neurospicy my brain is feeling in the moment if I need to strain that kind of thing out, but thank you for the heads up. Can't you pump your own gas in certain states? Sorry, I'm a little behind. I actually don't know the reasoning for that, because, again, I've always lived in states where you can. You know, like, I lived in Florida, New York, Pennsylvania. I've lived in those states, and all of them you are allowed to pump your own gas, so it is such a foreign concept to me. It's so bizarre. So, hold up. Are you listening to Rocket League music? There's some on this playlist, because it's royalty-free. It's pretty dope. Was the opposite for me? Why are you getting out of the car? What do you mean to pump gas? I actually haven't pumped my own gas yet. I know it's the anxiety talking. I'm overcomplicating it, but since I've never done it, I want to bring someone who has done it before to make sure I'm doing it right. That's totally understandable. I'll let you know it's very hard to, like, pump gas wrong, but I totally understand if it's, like, a first-time thing. Panhandle's an experience. I have friends who live in the Panhandle, and every time I talk to my one friend specifically, she is like, I fucking hate everyone who lives here. She's like, we might as well be Alabama. We went to a semi-local town famous for its peaches and visited our favorite little sandwich shop / farm stand and got some peach cider. So good, but I'm definitely going to heat it up and add some spices next time. That sounds awesome. Peach cider with spices? Damn. Chad, you're making me thirsty tonight. Not even hungry, thirsty. Wally Willowy, hello, hi. Welcome to the stream. Hi. I didn't know that was a thing anywhere. I would really like to know why they can't play. Yeah, I want to know if anyone knows that. That's a good edutainment moment for the stream. I looked up the reason behind why you can't pump gas. You own gas? Wait, yeah, why is it? Wait, I want to know. I like the Panhandle, but I was only there for a few months, so I feel like I never got out of the shiny new state syndrome. That's fair, yeah. Like, if you were only there for a short while, you were probably like, wow, new different things. Also, no offense to you at all, May, but also, if you're white, you know, you probably enjoyed Florida a little bit more than I did. Again, just hearkening back to the earlier conversation I had about it. Parts of Alabama are okay. Again. Not for me, as someone who has been to the South a large number of times. I always scramble back to the North as soon as I can. People who live in states where you don't pump gas, do you want to? Or is it a very large inconvenience for you to not have someone pump it for you? That's a good question, I think. People can break that down, you know? I know I like pumping my own gas, because sometimes I'm like, I only need half a tank right now. I only want to put in half a tank. And I know they'll do that if you ask them to do that, but I'm always just like, but I'm freaking out thinking about someone else trying to do it. I need to do it. So, Full-service gas stations exaggerated safety hazards around self-service gas stations. With support of local fire marshals, gas stations banned self-service in fear untrained drivers would overfill their tanks and start a fire. Oh, okay. So it was a fear-mongering thing. Where it's like, well, if we let everyone touch the gas pump, someone's going to blow up the gas station. Got it. Florida was rough during the 2016 election season. I'll tell you what, and I'm even what? Yeah. Yeah, I lived in Florida back in 2007 to 2008-ish. And I will let you know, the political climate wasn't even close to as extreme as it is now, and I still fucking hated it there. It's good to know. Also, I've grown so used to having it pump for me. Some of it is probably just routine and preferring to sit in my car. I mean, honestly, it is kind of convenient. There's always like a part of me that's like, this feels weird. It feels wrong for me. But I bet if you grew up with it, it feels, yeah, fine. It makes sense. I'm very white passing, and whenever I was with POC friends, I love to make other white people feel weird when they got weird to them. And the fact that other white people got weird to them at all, that's the root of the issue for me, is I cannot count the different, very creative variations of slurs I was called when I lived in Florida that I never have heard in New York. And I'm not saying I haven't faced racism in New York, don't get me wrong. But I can let you know that it's much less likely for people to back up people in public here when they're doing something terrible like that than it is any of the experiences I had down there. That's exactly why, and starting in 1968, pumping your own gas was illegal in 23 states. That is so wild. Back with a burger? Enjoy the burger, Gray Lady. I still want to start doing it myself because I do want to drive to other states, so I'm going to have to do that. Yes. You'll get some practice in now that you can do it there in Oregon. Get some practice in. You'll be right at home. It's the same everywhere, I promise you. So, Florida people are just, there's something. Yeah, like the number of just like crusty old white like people. I'd just be in the grocery store minding my own business and they just fling something out at me. I'd be like, oh, cool. I was just minding my business trying to buy like canned peas. Why did you call me that word? The people I met in Alabama. Yeah, and then the people in Alabama and Bammer. Oh boy. I knew some people in college from Alabama who were just not great to hear. And I'm not saying everyone. Here's the thing that people always have to remember. I'm not saying everybody in Alabama or everybody in Florida is bad or does these things. That's not the point. It's just, unfortunately, when there's a culture where it is not called out as much, a lot of the times it sort of sticks around and is normalized a little bit more. And that's when I'm like, oh, I'm uncomfy, you know. I met my best friend and one of my boyfriends in Alabama. They are not in my life anymore. Oof. I'm so sorry. Yeah, I was not friends with a lot of the people from college who were from territories where just bad behavior was kind of like, not even, I don't even want to say applauded, just was never challenged. It had very different world perspectives than me. And I got that sense a lot. Like I said, when I lived in Florida, I was just like, hey, I met some really cool people. I made friends with some like really awesome people who shared like the same beliefs, who liked the same stuff I did, who were just chill. And you can meet bad people anywhere, you know, like we got some nasty places in New York where I had a friend who was trying to move to this area and I was like, do not live in these parts of the state. Yeah, it just, there's definitely a lot more prevalent weirdness when I lived in Jacksonville. And I was like, that made me feel so uncomfy and bad about myself. And I didn't like the interaction. Me on the way to the next San Diego TwitchCon pumping my own gas. Yeah, Brookie, make it a goal. Like, really, make it a goal. It'd be dope as heck. We're trying to make it less shitty here in Bama, but it's still really bad in a lot of places. Yeah, and I appreciate that. That's the thing is, this is why, like, I don't want to insult everyone from Alabama, but, like, I think that the good people are aware of the issues that need to be worked on. And I want to thank those of you, especially if you're someone who's like, well, I can't leave, or, like, you know, I'm in a place where I've settled. That kind of thing. Thank you for fighting the good fight. Please keep that up. Really appreciate you all for that. Like, truly. They both were generally people who wanted the state to be better, but had incredibly strange exclusions for where everyone deserves human. Yeah, that's when someone goes, "Hey, my intersectionality very obviously and openly ends here." That's when I'm like, not a big fan of that, you know, because that means you can make an exception for anything to exclude other people, and that's a rough mentality to stomach for me personally. I'm always available with my friends as a security white. Need proxy privilege? I got you. There you go. Hey, thank you. That's, I mean, allyship via living by example, you know, is always a nice thing to see. You know, either that or going up to Washington, the PAX West, so I should visit my older sister. There you go, Brookie. Got some good plans going. It's the same as white people who say, yeah, a lot of us are pretty racist. It should be called out. Yeah. I mean, yeah, there's a lot of nuance to the topic for sure. But there are, yeah, it's one of those things where it's like, there are certain areas that historically, even taught about in history books in the U.S., are less hospitable or a little bit slower to change and grow. So thank you to those of you who are doing your best if you were raised in those environments. I'm not here to congratulate you a ton, because it's like, you know, the bare human minimum to just be not racist. But at the same time, thank you for doing what you do in the ways that you consciously do it. That is never a bad thing, for sure. People be like, you're white, why do you hate white people? Like, don't worry, I hate me too. Then also, I think it's like, it's so funny, because, like, people will challenge, like, you know, Morgan will say, like, the phrase, like, fuck men, like, a lot, right? And people will be like, well, not all men are bad. And it's like, yeah, that's not what's being said here. It's more of like, there's a systemic issue in place that's being acknowledged. And if you were someone who didn't suck, you wouldn't have to feel offended by that, because you knew you weren't included in that statement overall. And you could also identify the issues that were within your own demographic. And that's sort of like, that's sort of the vibe, you know? Some states have a prettier past, though none have exactly a pretty past. Right, exactly. Like, a lot of northern states, too, have really terrible pasts. But, again, we're doing what we can to change whatever we can do. There's towns here even I won't go to as a white person. Yeah, no, they're just like, sometimes you just don't want to be around that. And then, like, obviously we have, like, intersectional issues, like LGBTQ plus rights and acknowledgement and protections that are challenged even by people in states where, like, other issues aren't a big issue. So you just gotta be careful. Like, there's towns here in New York, like I said, that where I'm like, do not go to that town. Like, you don't want to live in that town. One of my friends from school DM'd me on Instagram recently and apologized how she used to always touch my hair when we were younger. She hasn't done that in years, and I really appreciate it. That's very sweet. That's really great that she acknowledged that. My family is a mix of BIPOC and white, and my mom and my uncle are both mixed, but both super racist. Ugh! Especially my mom, because she's super white passing, so it's always wild the time she chooses to bring up being mixed and the time she ignores the privileges of white passing. I'm so sorry that you have to deal with a mom like that, Wally Willowy. That's really icky in general. I mean, it's like, it doesn't matter who you are or what you look like. If you are adhere to the idea of hate of any sort or exclusion, you got some fucking work to do. You haven't grown up at all. You lack emotional intelligence. I will say, fuck men being a hop, a skip, and a jump away from identifying as a trans man instead of non-binary. Thank you all for not tolerating the hate of others and driving that away while welcoming positivity to everybody here. Or everybody else in everything we do in this community. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's the thing, is you guys know me. I don't always bring up heavier topics like this. But when I do, I want to remind people, you know, being actively anti-racist is a good thing. Being anti-systemic is a good thing. Challenging systems that are in place already is a pretty basic thing that should not take a lot of major brain power to understand, but I also understand that not everyone's brought up the same way or experiences life the same way. But as long as you're trying to make the effort and learn and try and increase the amount of allyship you can engage in, and the amount of acceptance you can provide to others. That's some good shit, you know? That's some solid shit right there. He'll beat up your mom. That's a wild thing being written in my Twitch chat right now. So my family is my family on my mom's side is indigenous and white. There's so much racism, especially indigenous people, and rejecting being indigenous or saying indigenous people are white. Ill. I'm sorry. Hey, just before it becomes a little bit too specific here, Wally Willie, I'm so sorry. I'm just gonna time this out because like this is what I'm always afraid of when we talk about this kind of thing, is people start getting a little bit too specific, and that's when it gets really uncomfortable for a lot of people, especially those of us who are marginalized. Not the you know, the vibe I want to bring to this, where we're giving examples of racism. Those of you who are POC or LGBTQ plus or whatever, I know I can speak for a lot of us that it's normally pretty uncomfortable to read about examples of horrible things happening to people that look or sound like us or are like us. So just as a heads up, chat, I think we can put a can on the conversation. Again, thank you for being anti-racist. Thank you for being progressive and supportive of others. But let's move on from it before we start snowballing into just a bunch of, there's this one time this happened, and someone in the chat getting really, really uncomfortable. Just as a heads up. Anime Fangirl, what's up? Yeah, you got a watch streak. So that's a new thing that they added on Twitch recently, where if you watch streams multiple times in a row, you get bonus channel points. And it acknowledges you in the chat. It's a new feature that they added and started doing, which I think is dope as heck. And I cannot wait to see more and more people getting those cool watch streaks and everything. Pretty dope, honestly. We stand education, exactly. We're here for the education, not for the hyperbole and not for the hyper-specific examples that are kind of icky, you know, that kind of thing. So, getting pretty close to finishing the paintball course. We are 80% done. Excited. One stream away from watch streak, I'm rubbing my grubby little hands together like a fly. Hey, we'll help people get up to those higher level point rewards, for sure. On topic change, I had seeds in my boba tea today, and I cried. Wait, like fruit seeds? Were they accidentally in there, or is that how it normally comes? They're like blackberry or something? Like strawberry? I found a nice looking punch recipe online. I'll share it in the food talk chat. Yes, thank you so much, Halloween. You're freaking, like, the GOAT for doing that, honestly. Like, very excited to try Mexican punch. Never had it. I've never actually even heard of it. So very excited for that, for sure. Passion fruit seeds? Oh, yeah. I don't mind seeds, but I completely understand it because I have other sensory issues like that. Totally get it. Totally get why not everyone's into those. If I plant boba seeds, will boba tree grow? In a perfect world. Oh my god, can you imagine going outside being like, the boba is ready to harvest. Just plucking a full, like, medium-sized cup off of your plant. Was not informed of those seeds and went blah. Is there any flavors there that don't have the seeds? Just found out how to turn the chat filter off? Wait, which filter? Were, like, people's swear words being hidden or something? I don't think I've had a filter on mine in a long time, so I'm not 100% sure of what you're talking about, but I'd like to know, just in case mine's accidentally on. Turn on a sleep speedrunner heated blanket for the night, so I might become a lurker in a bit. Alexis, all good. Enjoy the lurk. Thank you for helping start the most divisive conversation. Again, chat, us talking about driving in other states and stuff, it's really not that deep. At the end of the day, it was a friendly argument. So I hope that you got some laughs out of that talk. Thank you very much for the free content, Alexis. I created a new burger, so that's my accomplishment this week. What do you mean a new burger? Please explain. As a fan of burgers. Only time I've been happy to find seeds in something is I was eating some obscenely fresh green apple and lemon gelato. Interesting. Oh, like I said, I don't mind seeds most of the time. But I understand why they're like a huge turnoff for a lot of people out there. Even part of Nightbot's Discord message has been censored. Weird! That's so strange. I don't know why that was happening to you, May. Very, very odd. That's what I get for trying something new? I mean, that is the neurospicy way, right? We all get our comfort foods that we stick to because they're safe. Oh shit, yeah, you're welcome / I'm sorry. I will say this, that was one of the most heated debates we've had in the community for a while, but also hilarious. So I didn't take any offense. And again, it's not that deep. We were all debating about state driving. Who cares? If anyone was triggered enough to be like, oh my god, this is a really mean conversation and everyone here sucks, then they kind of weren't going to survive this community to begin with. Because eventually I'm going to do tier lists again, and that's going to make people really triggered. That's going to really put people into the... really test if people want to stick around this community, if that's how sensitive they are. That's all I'm going to say. My mom's going to be making her homemade blackberry pie for Thanksgiving this year, and me and Maddie are just like, please make a recipe book that includes this in it. Ooh, that sounds awesome. Remember one time the chat filter turned on and filtered out the word meanie? No shot. That's so funny. Twitch kids mode. That's so funny. I didn't eat the seeds, but it was nice to know it was that fresh and not from concentrate or syrup. Yeah, heck yeah. I mean, that's a... Not that you can't... I've had some concentrate with seeds in it. Probably to cause the illusion of freshness, but hopefully that's not what they were doing there. Hopefully you could taste it. There's my own state under the bus. Yeah. It's more like we were all trying to convince everyone that our own state / country has the worst drivers. I mean, I will say this. I will go to bat about the U.S. having some of the worst drivers in the world because we are such a car-centric country. Morgan and I over dinner, we were talking about why don't we have a better train system? Oh yeah, big oil owns this entire fucking country, which is annoying as hell. That oil lobbyists have prevented us from ever building, like, good train systems that are high-speed, modern, cheap transportation. We have the technology. Europe has it. Japan has it. Korea has it. So. Community cookbook coming through. We used to have a Google document that people could upload to in the community called the Community Cookbook. Now, if you're on the Discord, if you have like a recipe you want to share, or if you want to just share, you know, pictures of food, we have Food Talk as one of the chat rooms on the Discord that people share stuff on. So I always like encourage people if they got like a recipe, or if they're like, yo, I just ate this incredible, you know, whatever. You can put up like pictures of it in the Food Talk Discord, which is dope. I like it. Driving is something we all relate to, and we all have had different experiences with it. It was honestly fun and interesting watching everybody talk about their different experiences. Meanwhile, I only personally driven in Portland / Oregon in general. And again, I know nothing about the traffic or anything out there. So yeah. I'll feature a few recipes in the newsletter for... There you go, for December. I think, yeah, holiday recipes. Oh my god. No, Sarah, that's such a cute idea. Because here's the thing. Everyone around the holidays wants to make, like, you know, warm beverages. Someone's got, like, a homemade hot cocoa. That's such a, like, perfect on-theme for December newsletter thing to add. No, that's actually such a cute idea. Do that. Someone's got, like, a good, like, this is grandma's pie recipe. I think that'd be cool. It was your fellow in the Discord message being censored. Wait, what the hell? Why? Jessiful, hello, hi. Welcome to the stream. It's nice to see you. Hello, hello. When I worked at a nursing home, I used to care for this old lady who would show me all of her old $30 cross-country first-class plane tickets and whatnot. She pulled out a train ticket and was telling me about it. I was like, girl, if only... Right? You heard the streamer, you actually need to send me shit now. Yeah. Or... anyone who this month is putting recipes in to the Discord, just know that your recipe might be included in the newsletter, in the community newsletter.
He only likes
So
her
there you
because
go.
she's old. She's probably
What
like
the heck?
5.
Jessiful! 2 freaking years as a sub here. Thank you for sticking around so long. I appreciate that. Thank you for 2 years. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Can we get some pride and some emotes for someone who just evolved into a silver Jolteon in the community? Huge milestone. Very appreciated. Thank you so much for all that you do to support what I do. Thank you. It's really nice. Best Mexican holiday food / drinks, in my opinion, are punch. Is it pozole or is it pozole? A soup and hot chocolate. I've heard of it before, but I don't remember how it's said. And I've never had it myself. And hot chocolate using Abuelita brand chocolate. I've never tried Abuelita brand chocolate, but now I kind of have to. Sounds awesome. Morgan and I used to go to Mexico a lot. We haven't been in a while. Maybe it's time for another trip there. That'd be good. My friend's family, who I spent a lot of holidays with, have a really delicious cherry bar recipe I can send. My favorite thing during the holidays? Yes, that sounds awesome. That'd be good. Cherry bar. Again, make sure Sarah knows when you're posting those recipes if she's allowed to include them in the newsletter. And that way she'll have options on what to include. Or who knows, maybe she'll include them all. Abuelitas is amazing? Okay. It is pozole? Okay. Entirety of white people shit is censored too. Not just shit the whole thing. Weird. I'm observing all the things that in the Twitch filter hates? I didn't even know that was a thing. That's so funny. I've never had mine on. I've seen some of the most raucous shit. The most rancid, weird takes in people's Twitch chats. Obviously not here, but like... And I've just always been like, oh man, Twitch should have like a filter that like gets rid of that shit. And apparently they did the whole time, but so much more as well. Abuelita hot chocolate is the best. Harder to find in my area since I moved from West Coast to East Coast, actually. Really? Okay. See, I didn't even know about it until now. Love adding a little cinnamon to Abuelita hot cocoa. Does everyone know about this except for me? Damn. Little cinnamon sounds good. To be fair, I put that shit in everything. I mean, cinnamon is a great addition to a lot of things, Maddie, so good choice. I will include them all. Nice. I was asleep. I just woke up. Astral, hello. Hi. Welcome to the stream. Cinnamon and hot cocoa, my beloved. I have had 3 cups of cocoa in as many days because it's cold. I require little drinks. Little drinks during the wintertime as little treats. Fantastic idea. For sure. Absolutely. I had some really good coffee when I was in New York City. Because there's just coffee shops every 5 feet. So that was excellent. I was very happy. My Discord is being shitty, so I'm just going to copy paste because WTF. Oh no! Well, do it up. I don't know for what you're referring to, but do it up. Gonna make some coke. Yeah. Influenced by chat, Maddie. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Here, Link, get some good rest. Thanks so much for dropping by to say hi. Have a good week. It's especially funny because I also included profanity in the filtering to see what it would do, and it's not censoring any profanity so far, just random shit. That's so weird. Why? It's so bizarre. Very, very bizarre. This one's a real community divider. Y'all microwave your water for hot cocoa, or is that forbidden? I mean, I use, like, oat milk. And I'll occasionally heat that up in, like, a microwave. if the recipe allows for it. Or if I have to do like a Swiss Miss or something with like water, I use a kettle normally. I boil that shit. Yeah, water. Yeah, I normally don't use water. I normally use milk. But a lot of powdered cocos especially ask for water, which is, you know, not my favorite, but it's fine. It's like when it has like the evaporated milk in the actual like powder packet, then it's fine. Most of the time I don't do water. You microwave the milk? Yeah, I microwave the milk normally. That's fine. Every now and then though, if it's if I have to use water, it's with like kettle water. I don't know what it is. I'm not opposed to drinking water cocoa. Yeah, I'm not opposed to it. It's just not my favorite. I like it when it's like a little bit creamier from like a little more like an actual like melted chocolate by adding a milk to it. I mix the powder with milk to make a paste, and then I add boiled water while stirring, giving foam on top of the hot cocoa. That's not a bad idea either. You do a little bit of a hybrid guy. I'm down with it. I'll give that a shot. I'll do oat cocoa. Yeah, that's the move. Oat cocoa. Don't microwave your water in a cup with an extremely smooth surface. It can explode all over you the moment you add anything. Milk is fine. Wait, is that... I didn't know that was a thing, Cherry Pie Spy. Thank you so much for dropping by and hanging out. Appreciate you a ton. Thank you, thank you. Take care of yourself. It's nice having you here. It's Phantom King. Hello, hi. I'm also ADHD and LGBTQ+. Hey, welcome. You're in good company then. That's why Abuelita chocolate is so good, because you melt it right in your milk on the stove. Wait, what? Okay, that sounds good then. I'm down with that. That sounds very good then. I guess I have to give that a shot, for sure. Abuelita. Hot cocoa. With actual chocolate melted in. See, that is the move right there. So that clears every other brand of hot cocoa then, from the sounds of it. So, that works. I want to make hot cocoa now. It's 1 a.m. Who says you can't have a little bit of a midnight snack cocoa? Who says? That sounds fucking amazing, actually. Chat, this was a good night so far. I've been having some good chats. We've been talking about some serious stuff, like we always do. Goofy shit. Got to announce the merch drop, which was dope. We'll be hanging out again tomorrow night. I hope I see more of you here. Just vibing out, having fun. It'll be great. I'll hopefully be starting way fucking earlier. You know? Add powdered peanuts or hazelnuts? That sounds like it would be really good as like both thickening and flavor profile. I would be down with that. I'd give that a try. You know, cocoa. Been craving cocoa milks all day. Pumpkin for trees. Hey, sorry. We're just going to keep pushing that craving then. Mexico has never let me down when it comes to food and beverage in my 20 years of being alive. Halloween, I 100% back that, because every time Morgan and I go to Mexico, we're like, okay, damn, we're eating for cheap and we're eating good. Doesn't matter. We go grocery shopping at a lot of the Mexican grocery stores. I'm trying to think of the one that we like to go to in Cancun, but shit, it's really, really good. It starts with a C, but it's a big supermarket chain. Chedraui, I think is what it's called. But they have really good deals on groceries, and the food is fucking peak. It's so good. It's amazing, in fact. And then also on top of it, like, everywhere we go, as far as, like, you know, anything from, like, small taco stands to restaurants when we're in Mexico, the food is excellent. It's good shit. Get it in the compact disc kind, though. Not the Abuelita powder. Powder is good, too, but the chocolate disc melting in the milk is... Wait, it's like a disc shape? That's so cool. I love that. It's your birthday. It was my birthday on the 13th. So it was my birthday on Monday, but I had to travel, so I wasn't able to do more streams. So I am doing like birthday week streams, basically. Why's my life spent in hunger? Brosapang, hey. Welcome to the pain we're all feeling, talking about all this really good hot cocoa. The recipes and food talk? Okay, cool. Thank you for adding that. You know, having pancakes for breakfast? Nice. You like me some pancakes. Happy birthday, thank you. Appreciate that. Blowing my kettle now, I feel like the tiny gremlin in my child wished to be. Yeah, listen, heal your inner child. Give yourself little treats and snacks and buy all the things that like your parents wouldn't buy you when you were younger. You know? Do it up. It's like a hot chocolate hockey puck. I love that, though. That sounds like... What the hell? It took me too long to find out about Abuelita chocolate melting discs. Now I want that. Happy birthday. Thank you, Octography. I appreciate that. Merry Gerb Week and Gerbember to all. Right. Yeah, hey. I was able to stave off Gerbember this year. Thank you, bad economy. If you guys don't know about Gerbember is something that the community tries to do every year to make all of November be about me because of my birthday month. And then they always... Y'all spoiled the shit out of me way too much. Like, I'm talking, like, way too much. So, I'm okay with no Gerbember. That's okay. It was a follow-up to, like, because Ethan used to, like, his community would do Eeftober, and then people would do Gerbember afterwards. So. I'm so glad I could bring you the chocolate hockey puck. Yes, yeah. Going to have Brazilian cocoa biscuits to cover... Oh, my God, that sounds good. I've never heard of those, either. This sounds awesome. Yeah. You got things you deserve because you're worthy? Stop. That's not... Only my therapist can rephrase it that way. Otherwise, I'll consider it an attack here in this community. This truly is such a fucking awesome community. It's such good vibes. Brian, you have curated people masterfully. Well, here's my secret. I'm glad that you feel that way, first of all, especially because we covered a very large variety of topics, and there's a lot of tone shifts tonight. There was some way more serious chats happening tonight than we typically have, but, you know, I also normally don't shy away from those when I bring them up. So I'm glad that that didn't chase you away or anything like that when we were talking about slightly more serious things. Because we always try to approach those conversations from a direction of mindfulness and kindness. Mindfulness is such an important part of me, or a part of things that I try to push, and part of this community I've tried to curate. And there are moments we've had people who are not being mindful and not being kind and not being, you know, aware. And you will see a shift in me, even publicly on stream. I'm not afraid to fucking basically isolate someone or tell them to fuck themselves or get out of here, and it's not their place to be. This is by design. The people who are here because I've essentially made sure that they know they're welcome to be here, if that makes sense. So I'm glad that you get that sense and that you vibe with it. And some people have, like, accused me of making a bubble over the years. I'm not here to collect yes men. I don't need all of you to always agree with me all the time. That's not what I want to do. We talk about parasocialism here a lot and how toxic and bad it is. But also on top of it, it's like, it's my space on the internet, and I would be damned if I allow some disruptive fuckface here who's terrible to other human beings. That's never going to happen here. So that's my personal boundaries, and that's the way that I run my community. So again, I'm glad that you like that vibe. Thank you for being here. Thanks for pointing it out. So, Brosapang, one of my favorite fucking copy pastas there. If Girbeagly has millions of fans, I'm one of them. If Girbeagly has only one fan, this is me. If Girbeagly does not have fans, that means I'm no more on this earth. If the world is against Girbeagly, then I will be against the world. I love Girbeagly with my last breath. Oh, God. Love it. Eliza, hello! Sorry I'm late. I was busy debating which new merch item to go buy first from Girbeagly.limitedrun.com. Need a Christmas gift idea for yourself? Gerb merch. For your bestie, Gerb merch. For your Build-A-Bear, Gerb merch. Liza, thank you very much for the merch plug. I appreciate you. I hope that you do actually genuinely like the designs. I was telling chat earlier tonight, I was showing them off a little bit. But the new designs, I like, you know, I had a SCP who I work with to design all my merch. I gave them an idea. I gave them a prompt. They designed the basic bones of the design that you see. And then this was probably the most involved I've gotten with the design. Like, I was driving them nuts. It took me weeks to get to the final version that you guys see on the merch site. But I was, like, hardcore personalizing and tweaking that design. So what you see is very directly from, like, up here in my brain and, like, what I wanted the end product to be. So really hope that you guys enjoy the new merch drop. I hope that, even though it's a smaller drop, I wanted to keep it smaller so it was easier for people to, like, make a decision. Do I want a long sleeve or do I want a hoodie? Do I want it in black or do I want it in gray? Those are the only two choices you have to make, which is great. I really hope people like this drop a lot. I thought it was very special because it's a reference to this community directly. If you're someone who's, you know, been here for a while watching streams, you know how important good news is not only to me, but to the community as a whole. So something to represent that, something to, you know, bring that vibe into your own style if you decide to buy any of that merch. So, yeah. Thank you very much to all of you for being here. I'm glad to be here, to be honest. I followed your alt Twitter for so long before just biting the bullet. It's a good place. Oh my gosh, is deciding to watch my content considered biting the bullet? Is my reputation that bad now? I know. I'm glad that you took the dive. Thank you so much again for joining us. Feels like your energy fits right in here, and I appreciate that. So many people do merch, have never been interested. Yours actually looks great. Your shame postage would probably be a lot. Yeah, if you're outside the U.S., I will say this much. Shipping can get a little bit heavy. I'm sorry about that. That part of it is unfortunately outside my control, just based on where my merch manufacturers are based. They're in Chicago. But I will say this much. Their customer service is really, really good. So if you do decide to order any, and you have any issues, they're very good at resolving it pretty quickly. Case in point that we're not yes men, the driving debate earlier. Yeah, or any time I've made a tier list. Seriously, we take joy in our differences, but also value the same kindness and positivity to step forward with, all while having a whole lot of fun hanging out together. Really appreciate this community. Continuously proud of the accomplishments they make for themselves, big and small. Brookie, that is a much more eloquent and more intelligent way of summarizing what I was trying to say. Thank you very much for that. That's a great way to summarize the community and its vibe. I've worked very hard. I've been doing content for over 10 years, for those of you who are newer here. It took me a long time to figure out what boundaries I wanted to have, to figure out what sort of community I wanted to foster. A lot of you who are here regularly right now, you're kind of the foundation of like a new sort of community I've been creating in a lot of ways, and I'm very happy to have you here, and I'm really grateful to have you here. But we're rebuilding something together that's like really different and great, and also is the culmination of all my experiences from over the past, you know, decade of doing this thing. I was on a call when it was released, but the way I flew, and now it's only a matter of time before it's mine. I was talking about how I wanted it to come out before the holiday season so people could buy it for the holidays if they wanted to. The original plan was to drop it on my birthday, but my rep got caught up with some stuff and we weren't able to launch it on the birthday. But, you know, close enough, so kind of fun. Hope that people really do like it. I always want to make sure that it's good quality and that it's... Again, very handcrafted design this time around, and it just, I don't know, it's cool to drop something again. It's been a long time. Very small batch this time, also. Very, very focused, very sort of limited, cool thing. Actually, biting the bullet for me was just watching something on Twitch. I have somehow avoided Twitch till this point. Oh! Wild. Okay. Well, I hope you enjoy your stay and your experience on this platform. I am definitely much more of a YouTuber, according to my history. Recently made the pivot to focus on Twitch over the past few years a little bit more. But I really love the sort of live interaction I get and like feedback from the community here on Twitch. Something that, you know, as a theater kid, it feels good. It feels nice to be able to chat with people and have conversations. But I also really love YouTube, and I'm glad that I get to still make YouTube videos, and I'm slowly getting back to putting those up more consistently. So, you know, regardless of what part of the community you belong to or are the most active in, just know I appreciate that a ton. Like, it's super cool to have people here and meet new people, and just cool. Just in time for Toyotathon. Exactly. Exactly. So fun here, and we all take care of each other. Yeah, exactly. I think people are really kind to each other. Hakoku's good. I caved into the craving. Hell yeah, Astral. Like I said earlier, you deserve little treats. Treading the line between trying to support people I vibe with and not being a really weird-ass fan is something I'm really paranoid about. Being parasocial freaks me out, but I also just, like, enjoy interacting with creative people who I get good energy from. No, I'm the same way. I hear you. It's a weird line to sort of walk, for sure. I get where you're coming from with it, though. I'll let you know if it helps put your mind at ease. I know sometimes external voices aren't as loud as the anxiety. But I'll let you know that all my interactions with you here and on social media have been great. Been wonderful. It's been awesome getting to know you a bit better. So, yeah. It's such a great community. I never thought I'd get to join a community this welcoming. Oh my god. What did it become like a compliment party about me and the community? What the hell's wrong with all of you? All of you are... this is considered an attack on me. This is maybe like assault and battery on me. I think a felony charge. I'm just going to point this out. You guys are attacking me, unprompted and unprovoked. I'm so glad to be here with y'all. You are all such amazing people, and I love seeing how you're all doing and seeing all the good things in your lives. Oh, that's such a sweet message. Thank you, Astral. I also bit the Twitch bullet by coming here. I was planning on just watching for a few minutes to see what you were up to, but that changed fast. Well, May, thank you for being here. It has been wonderful getting to know you as well. Mama Bears occasionally asks how you're doing. I have to be like, Mama, I only know Brian's streaming, and it's a random Tuesday afternoon, but he did just tweet about some dumbass on TikTok. Oh my god. Ice Entertainer, like I said, I'm very to the point. Like, you can ask anyone here. I get really blunt. I'm a Scorpio after all, or whatever. I don't know. Mainly it's just I am someone who's self-confident enough that losing a viewer because they were being inappropriate or terrible is less important to me than making sure I'm being a good example of how to stick up for yourself and your boundaries after attempting to communicate in a meaningful way with someone else. And then if boundaries are crossed, being able to reinforce your boundaries. Like, that's just who I am. So, don't worry. That would happen, but I can't see anything happening currently that would make me need to do that. So, there you have it. That's the PSA. So, watch out, tattle to your therapist. Don't you dare. Don't you dare. Oh my gosh. Finding you on Halloween with COVID. Keep forgetting someone great to watch is there streaming so late. Well, Pumpkin, it's good to know you from just you giving me a shot. Thanks for doing that. That's cool. A lot of people came here because they were just like, hey, I just found you randomly, and I gave you a shot. And I love that. I'm really happy to hear about that. Goes for all of you people in chat. I'm your fan now, too. This is a threat. Oh, my God. Everyone, see, here's the thing. The fact you're worried about that all just indicates that you're naturally a mindful person. So, I don't think you got anything to worry about. It's when people are not being self-aware and not being mindful is when I'm like, hey, don't be a dickhead, you know? Don't be a weirdo. Don't be a jerk. Don't be, like, rude, or that thing that you just said was, like, bigoted or whatever. Like, the fact that people here are, like, worried about that kind of thing, worried about being terrible to each other, means there's a good chance that they are normally, naturally not terrible to other people. And I can vibe with that. So, heads up to any of you who worry at any point. It really is, though, when I first came here... Wait, I just read that. People started talking about eating bugs. I was like, yeah, this is my people. That's fair. For the longest time, up until 2019, I basically only consumed content on YouTube and rarely went on Twitch, but then I was curious to check in on some of the people I watch on YouTube, see their streams on Twitch, and found myself here among other places. Really grateful I did, but also, how did we get here? Yeah, how did we get here, Tour? This community is one of the only places on Twitch I actually enjoy coming to. I'm glad to hear that. And here's the thing. Like, this is another thing, and this obviously comes with, like, age and socialization. There are going to be moments where, like, we just fucking fundamentally disagree on shit. That doesn't mean I hate you as a human being. That doesn't mean that I'm angry at you. That doesn't mean that I'm like, oh, man, that Alexis is tired, sucks so bad, and I hope I never see Alexis at another stream. That is not what that means. This is a place where we are allowed to disagree about things without having to get personal about it. As long as it's something that doesn't have to deal with, like, human rights or something really obviously where it's like, oh, no, you're making a terrible point about other human beings. There's a good chance that I'll forget that we even debated something the next day. And that is something I hope that people know, that if that's the limit, that people, if they, like, this is why I tell you guys, make fucking jokes at my expense if you want. Like, make meme pictures of me. Like, I don't know, like, my face on a Furby. Like, I do not care. People have done that for years. That is part of being on the internet. That shit does not offend me. If you get, like, weird and, like, racist or bigoted or anything, again, like, especially dealing with, like, human rights, like, that's when I get mad. But outside of that, I'm just spicy. You know, I'm loud, I'm rambunctious, I'm opinionated, I'm self-assured at sometimes, absolutely neurotic and anxious publicly at other times. I'm a whole goddamn melting pot of various shit. And this is what you see is what you get kind of thing. So just know there's a very small chance that I'm going to chase you out of the community as long as you are someone who is mindful. That's it. That's it. It's a pretty basic, easy thing to do. It's why, like, if you're a new chatter here, the only thing that pops up for first-time chatters is don't be a dick, basically. It's just like, don't, like, it's easy. Just don't be an asshole. Eating bugs is a hefty topic. I return to communities that have good vibes. It's always full of fun conversations. It's really nice seeing people show that kindness. Been here semi-active for 2 years, lurking much longer. It's great. I appreciate people who stop by to lurk as well over and over again, because it means that, like, despite how often I'm like, I'm way too loud, way too neurotic, and, like, I come across really aggressive at times. Again, it's not real aggression. It's more of, like, I'm just self-assured, and I'm very, very passionate about the things that I believe in. That makes me know that I'm not chasing people away with just bad vibes or something. I'm glad that there's good vibes here for the most part. You also don't love yourself enough. I've been here for like 3 days and I know that. Okay, that's fair. I'm very confident and passionate about the things I believe in, but yeah, I'm working on that in therapy. Imposter syndrome is like my biggest thing that I've been in therapy for years, where, and this is what I like tell trolls all the time, right? This is also why, like, no one should get worried about, like, oh my god, did I, like, offend the shit out of Brian? There's a very good chance that, like, again, I tell, like, trolls specifically this a lot, where I'm like, you just said something, like, you tried to get really personal and say something, like, mean to me. There's no way I'm gonna let some random ass, like, asshole troll nobody make me feel worse than my brain already does feel about itself. I am not intimidated or, like, harmed by other people's words most of the time. Like, that's my self-assuredness. Outside of that, though, I don't know. I am definitely someone who doesn't feel like I deserve very much. It's been a very weird life, you know? Sword's giving me confidence to dunk on you more, but I still am hesitant about it sometimes. You're wonderful, Brookie. Honestly. Listen, mods rising up regularly and rebelling against me is an expected part of owning the sword. That's the way that I look at it. Isn't Morgan streams are the only ones left I've felt comfortable enough to chat in instead of lurk, and that speaks volumes about both communities. Well, what the heck, May? Thank you. I'm glad we can provide that for you. Like, again, we're not going to be perfect, soft, ooh-woo people. First of all, we're adults in our 30s. Second of all, like, all human beings are eclectic, you know, mixes of different opinions and approaches to things and feelings, emotions, perspectives. I'm always going to show that because I spent a long time hiding myself from the world. You know, it wasn't until recently, like, I came out about being gender fluid. It wasn't until recently that I started having more serious conversations. We used to have a rule that was like, no one's allowed to talk about anything serious because I was like, I just don't want people to get offended and, like, start fights in the chat. But now I have the confidence to be like, no, if I start one of those serious talks, then I am going to dictate that conversation, and if someone crosses a line, I'm going to just point out, hey, let's back away from that, you know? Like what happened earlier. You know, it wasn't a major thing, but it was something that I was like, this is just my own personal perspective on it, and this is how I want to curate my space. So that's what you're going to get. I'm just going to be me. I'm going to be transparently me on screen. And that doesn't mean that I'm going to be like, hey, we're best buds and you're going to know my darkest secrets, but it means you're going to get who I am, no matter what. You're going to get my raw, unfiltered opinion about shit. You're going to get me going on rants about things that you're like, why the fuck does Brian even care about this thing? That's just how I want to run my community now. So I hope that the people who are here enjoy that, because that's what you get. We're all entire people with flaws and rough edges. Exactly. Yeah, and that's the other thing. I make mistakes all the goddamn time. I talk about this regularly. I've made mistakes publicly during my creator career where I've had to walk back from things or apologize for things. I'm not fucking perfect. I don't have all the answers. I just have the best approximation of one that I've developed from my own experiences. But I don't know everything. I'm a goddamn moron most of the time. So those of you who are willing to deal with that, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Like, genuinely, thank you. I'm just doing the best I can, the same as the rest of you. We're all just doing our best, and that's all that can really be asked for. So, you got it. Sorry again about... No. Again, like I said, I'm not holding on to that at all. It's just more of, like, I was like, oh, I didn't realize we had gotten to this point in the conversation. Let's reel it back a little bit, just because I don't want to make people really, really uncomfortable with, like, the negativity of this type of conversation. And instead, like, bring it back to the idea of, like, why we were talking about it in the first place, which is just, like, you know, lead with kindness and lead with acceptance and tolerance kind of thing, if that makes sense to you. But I wasn't trying to call you out in any way, like, oh, you just did a bad thing. That's not the case, or not even how I feel about it. More of just a reminder that comes from a place of mindfulness. You know? So. My freaking cat is yelling at me. What do I do? Give Kitty cuddles. Give Kitty whatever Kitty wants, because cats have trained us to serve them, which is fine by me. You know, it gives me something to do sometimes. Who's in a moron, though? None of us truly know what we're doing. Here's something I've learned the older I get. Here's the thing. The older I get, the more I realize I don't know, you know, everything. Which, like, was something I started realizing in my 20s, but I still had that, like, arrogance of a 20-something, where I was like, oh, well, I'm going to know everything. I know more than the friggin' adults out there. Whatever. The more I age, the more I'm like, no one really knows what they're doing. And it's not even really an age thing. It's a how willing is that person to learn and grow and change when confronted with, like, new information or new life experiences or new perspectives from other people or things like that. How willing is this person to, like, incorporate you know, all their own experiences into like how they treat others, and again, lead with kindness and mindfulness, like that kind of thing. But some people out there, like, there are some adults who are like, yeah, I'm 90 and I have no fucking idea what I'm doing, and that's okay. I think that's less lonely knowing that, and it means that also, like, nothing really matters at the end of the day as long as you're being kind and courteous to other people, considerate. So do the things you want to do, again, that don't hurt other people and don't hurt you. You do that. That's A-okay. That's A-okay. That's fine. So, yeah, so true, nobody has a clue. Yeah! Just realize you're at 99%. I am, you know? Can the old dog learn new tricks? Oh, yeah. Listen, I've learned a lot through therapy, and I didn't start... Like, I've been to multiple therapists in my life, and this therapist I have now has taught me more about myself than all the other therapists combined. Old dogs can absolutely learn new tricks. It's never too late to change your direction or figure out what goals you want to strive for. It's not too late. Anyone who tells you that is an idiot who doesn't know what they're really doing. They don't have all the answers, that's for goddamn sure, because they haven't lived all of life yet, if that makes sense. Also, I wanted to scroll back up. Pumpkin had written something I wanted to answer. I'm going to ask something. Deep breath. Brian is traditionally viewed as a very male name. Would you like to be called something else? Here's my thing, and I've talked about this before. I am someone who goes by any pronouns because I am gender fluid, and my presentation just changes whenever, you know, it changes. I have been pretty femme-leaning recently, but I'm not offended by male identification or presentation at all within myself, and which is, again, why I identify as gender fluid to begin with. I'm not someone who gets really caught up on, like, labels or pronouns or anything, which is why any's there. So when people call me she, it's cool. When people call me they, it's cool. When people call me he, it's cool. But it's one of those things where a lot of people do like to apply, like, a femme name when I'm, like, in femme mode. And I keep it nice and simple. Some people call me just B-R-I, which can either be said Bri, very, you know, adjacent to my full name, or it can be pronounced as Brie, which is like, you know, I often go by like Brianna in femme mode, but I don't really have a preference. It's fine. I'm cool, but thank you for asking. That's kind. It is what it is. I know already that I know basically nothing. I'm confident in my knowledge of Dragon Age lore and the ability to draw Kirby, and that's it. Everything else is a learning experience, and some things I know can't learn. And here's the other thing. You probably know more than you think you know, and then also on top of it, once you do know something, it doesn't mean that again, that information or that perspective won't change at some point, or you won't learn more that deepens that understanding. That's okay. That's cool. You ever realize that you would be a trusted adult to a person? Like, people would trust me to be responsible? I can't even budget properly. Yeah, anytime someone's like, Brian, you know, you're X, Y, or Z, I'm like, no, I'm a moron. If you had known me in my 20s, you'd be like, you would not be saying that. It's so important to keep in mind that you may feel like you know everything, but it's only from your own point of view. What any one person knows pales in comparison to any group of collective knowledge. Yeah, absolutely. And it's cool because we can all learn from each other. Like, you don't have to adhere to the idea of, well, I know everything now. I think that learning, even if it's just about experiences, I don't even mean in like a scholastic sense, is exciting and it's fun. It's cool to like learn more about people and things like that. My gender fluid is Velveeta cheese. I mean, that's a good choice. That would kill me. I'm lactose intolerant. So, maybe 1:37 a.m., but I am just eating my hot cocoa and drinking a cookie. 12:37 a.m. for this bitch. Fridays are easy at work. I'll be fine. They can't fire me anyway. Damn, that's a power move right there. That's a flex. So, it is, it's one of those things where, I don't know. I just appreciate, like, I mean, that's part of the reason I like content creation. I get to talk to people from all different walks of life, from all over the world, from places I might not ever visit in my life. Like, people that I would not have met if it wasn't for content. It's cool. It's cool hearing your stories. It's cool getting to know you guys. Like, it's neat. It's cool that you are interested in me or whatever I'm doing on stream. Like, just playing a game or whatever. It's like, I want to beat Powerwash Sim. I'm really interested in seeing, like, what's going to happen once I beat all the bonus jobs. It's like, hey, some of you are here because you want to watch the game. Some of you are here because you want to have random conversations. Some of you are here because you like the community aspect and feel like you belong to something. All that's dope to me. I love that. Some of you are here because you're a big fan of me, and there's nothing to be ashamed about with that, except that, God, there's so many better creators out there. But no matter why you're here, you're accepted here. And that's cool. And I love that that's, like, again, what so many of you have said. You're like, I like being here because I feel accepted. I like being here because I get to, like, learn cool things. I like being here for X, Y, and Z reason. That's dope. Pineapple, what's up? What's good? Good to see ya. The term gender fluid, after research and careful consideration, has made me realize that, holy shit, it makes sense. This is how I've been feeling, and I honestly feel comfortable in my own skin. Anyways, yay, queer community. Yeah, it's dope. I mean, it's like, I don't know. I don't have to be defined by certain things. I just am me at the end of the day. That's how I'm always going to look at it, and nothing's going to convince me otherwise, because regardless of what pronouns I'm using, no matter what clothing I'm wearing, no matter what the deal is, I'm still me at the end of the day. That's how I've always looked at it. Some of us are here because we signed our souls away. Yeah, but that's in the fine print, so don't tell that to the people who haven't been here for a long time, because I need their souls. I need them to keep believing that they're here for, like, a wholesome, kind, good reason. And then eventually I will I'll hit them with that. I'll be like, it's actually in the fine print of the contract, and you are actually trapped here in this community, whether you want to be or not. Always so grateful to have a place here with y'all and folks to keep me company while I'm working into the wee hours of the morning. Yeah, Maddie, it's wonderful having you here always. Like, genuinely, thank you for hanging out with us. You may think there's a million better creators, but I know there's a million worse creators, and you're definitely one I enjoy. Well, thank you. Yes, I like that. Yeah, I'm okay with being mid and in the middle of the pack. That's how I'm going to interpret that very nice message, Halloween. I'm here for the jolty on in the background. See? There's your true intentions. But if there are better creators, then how come me and my god complex are here? Check me. Oh my god. Here for Brian Slayas pink water bottle? Here, cameo for you. Pretty neat, right? I like it. Here to sow the seeds of chaos? I mean, I don't think we need any more of those sown, because that's just sort of what dictates a majority of this community's existence in general. Literally created a Twitch account to check out your streams. What the heck? Why? Why would you do that? What a terrible move by you, because now you're trapped here. Oh my god, how did I miss this much dirt? 99%. Let's pull up the list. I think it's about time. Large crate. Is this one again? The problem crate. Well, we're really in the 99% part, because this is where all the residual dirt needs to start being cleared. I would willingly give my soul away for chaosity. Just talking to people who are not wrong. Everyone in Girbeagly community is right and can never be wrong. Trapped implies I didn't lock the door behind me. Oh, good. No, it's very good to have an emergency escape plan from this community. The #1 edutainment streamer at the very least, you cannot deny. That is actually true. I am the #1 edutainment streamer in the whole world. French seams the chaos together. A disappointing day tomorrow, I see. Not quite fulfilling. You'll scream, is that fucking it? Yeah. Embroiders the French seamed chaos so that it's even more beautiful. Oh, chat, wow. Your aesthetic choices tonight have been amazing. I'll be wrong on purpose. Don't tempt me. 2 + 2 = 69. Now, boom. Uh-oh. You've been... Listen, there's enough... Yeah, don't ever write things like, oh, chat can't ever do this. Chat can't ever be wrong. We have a entire community of people with ODD. That's what's happening here. We have an entire community of people with, like, rampant, intense, severe, like, oppositional defiant disorder. You know? That is... You've basically kicked a hornet's nest. Wait, oh, fence post. Remember when I could read? I don't. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? We need rhinestones. As long as there's no glitter, because glitter never goes away. The sand of the craft world. I don't like sand. It's coarse and it gets everywhere. Strimmer called us brats? I mean, yeah. Am I wrong? Our dyslexia Strimmer. That's me. I'm a stan of rhinestones and glitter, but wait, why the glitter though? Please, I mean, I know it looks nice. And don't get me wrong, I have a couple eyeshadows that have glitter in them that look really nice, but that are like pressed glitter. But 99% of the time, I don't like that it gets everywhere and you like can't ever get it out of anything. It like just like digs into stuff. ODD checks out, yeah. I've seen glitter described as the herpes of the craft world. I've seen that as well. What if I eat glitter? My insides will be shiny and fun. Yeah, I guess for as long as you're alive.
He only likes her because
for sure.
she's old. She's
Ren, what up?
Like 25.
Or there's chaos here. There's a little bit. It's been pretty sleepy. Curb chaos. It's been pretty sleepy chill vibes tonight, Ren, just because I'm still a little bit travel burnt. But I should be better tomorrow. I'm doing a bonus Friday stream, so I will be in much more energetic spirits tomorrow. Sometimes you just need to resign yourself to being glittery. I mean, the time I wore the glitter is the only time I've like intentionally been glittery, and that was with the Gerb New Year's outfit. Why did I say Gerb New Year? It's because we were gonna like do a New Year's dress up party. But last year, if you guys don't know, I'm like William Afton, I never die, I always come back. I always come back. I think I shared this. Some of you were here for this stream. This is the only time I will willingly put glitter on myself. And maybe I'll do it again this year if you're all good. If we decide to do a dress-up, fancy, fun, formal party like we did with Halloween. Or for Gerb prom. My eyes are all glittery in that photo. That's like the only time I will put glitter on. Sarah, get some good rest. Thanks for hanging out. Growing up with a crafting mom who loves glitter, I accept it as a way of life. Life blessings to be found. Little blessings to be found every once in a while. So pretty. Oh my god. Thank you. Cute. Thank you. Pretty. Stop. Thank you. But I didn't mind the glitter. I don't mind the glitter in that eyeshadow palette. Beautiful being. Well, thank you. What the heck? How dare you? Also. Stunning queen. Oh my god. Now you're just trying to give me a big head. What the heck? Thank you. All of you are very nice. But is there what is that? What word did you just use? What did you just call me? Pumpkin? How dare you? What was that word? What was that word you just said? Should I be offended? Thank you, Brookie. Looks super pretty. Guys, stop calling me pretty. Well, thank you. Oh my god. Awooga! Thank you for another awooga. Vajazzling? I don't... Did I say that right? I feel like I just said something offensive.
Excuse me? Excuse me?
Thank
mommy?
you for the,
sorry.
for the mommy.
Mommy? Sorry. Mommy? Sorry. Mommy? Sorry.
What is Should I be looking up vajazzling? Please tell me what vajazzling is. No offense to anyone who's into it and messing with my brain. Now I'm more nervous, though. Please tell me it's not bedazzling the, you know. That's what my thoughts were. Is that what it is? Is vajazzling the bedazzling the who-hiss? Is that really the it? Act of making the, why would you, I feel like, is that not dangerous? Is that not dangerous? I know this might be a surprise to some, but I don't have that to do that with. The glitter, I mean, obviously. Yeah, why would, yeah, for what purpose? I don't think it doesn't go in, right? We're talking about like outside, like, you know, the neon lights we're open are on, right? We're not doing the, here's the hallway, except it's been decorated for prom with string lights. Right? Like, someone please clarify this, because I'm about to, like... I need help. I need an adult. I need help. It's not supposed to. Okay. It's not supposed to. Okay, I can, you know, if that makes someone feel good, I am not there to judge them. They can do whatever they want. That's their body, you know? That's their body. They're allowed to do whatever the hell they want. It's not my body. They can do whatever the hell they want. That said, I think it might be a while before I can do that, you know? We need an adultier adult. Yeah, we are the adult. Shit! Oh, fuck! Oh, God. Not supposed to go in, but I assume that you do it just before... Wait, what? Wait, here's my thing. Here's my thing. Why would it have to be done before said act if the act is already, like, gonna take place? Like, you don't need to entice more. Right? Glitter is a UTI waiting to happen. Chad, thank you for educating me. Oh, God. Are you a boy or girl? I'm a human. No, I mean, what's in your pants? A disco ball? Yeah, if you're into it, yeah, go for it. That's, if it's for you, it's probably not for everybody. Literally just putting rhinestones on the bikini area to make it look fancy. I remember people talking about it as a joke insult when I was younger. Got it. I mean, hey, if someone wants to be a Twilight vampire beneath the waistline, it's up to them to do that. They're A-okay. It's not affecting me. But also, I do feel like there's a hygienic risk involved there to a degree. I wasn't expecting the phrase "the glussy" to be typed into my chat tonight, but here we are. And really, that's on me for doubting all of you and the impact that you have on the human language. Good God. Isn't vajazzling... it's a card against humanity card? I mean, everything that is even remotely having to do with that area is a Cards Against Humanity card at this point. So that's not really exclusive to just that, I'm assuming. I do like the term glussy is also not the follow-up I thought I was gonna read in the chat tonight either. Oh, God. Adding favorite hobby vajazzling to my dating profile to see what kind of people it attracts. Oh my god. But here's the scary part. What if the person you get is like, favorite activity is vajazzling? Or panazzling. Then what? Then what? Like, I saw vajazzling already. I mean, there are dudes who, and again, this is just not for me, but if you're into it, that's your call. There are people who like pierce the, you know, there's a lot of that. So, I guess putting rhinestones down there isn't like the craziest idea, theoretically. What are we talking about right now? This is like, it's like 20 minutes ago, people were like, I like how cozy, I like how welcoming and nice and kind and mindful people are here. It's really a nice community to belong to. Thank you for being a welcoming, nice place for me. And now this is what's going on. You guys are ussifying my chat. You guys have done a lot. No? I wouldn't say the piercings is the same as glitter. Well, I was just saying that is a step up from just adding a couple little fun rhinestones to that area. That's what I was saying. That's the upper limit is the piercing already. We do just be saying things tonight, chat. Remember how we were just saying how delightful and wholesome we are? Fantastic evolution. 10 out of 10 would watch stream again. Oh, God. I'm so glad that my community does, or my therapist doesn't ask about the community's conversation topics. That's probably good. Halloween. I don't know if can I legally read this? I feel like I'm gonna go to jail. Chussy, chat ussy. I didn't make up that phrase, by the way, chat. That was one of your own. That one, wow, that one had some spice to it. Oh, God. Wait, there used to be a site called Rate My Vajazzle Ren. No way. New merch for... Stop. Oh, what happened in the studio tonight? What happened to the vibes in the studio tonight? What? Oh, boy. There's so much. You know? I fear a therapist's reaction to his chat. Well, here's what my therapist would say. Well, this didn't come from you, Brian. This came from other people outside of your control. And I go, yes, thank you, thank you, thank you. I return to see the chat's showing its blissy side implies so many things. Bano. Oh, God. I can't. Oh, boy. I'm not strong enough. I'm not God's strongest soldier right now. Oh, holy shit. Oh. So did y'all decide which state drives the worst, or is that still... I don't know why throwing it back to that's the funniest thing I've read tonight. But it's just like, we just had a 15-minute conversation about vajazzling. Chat had to educate me on what it was, and then... Because that was my first guess, and I was like, no, I've just been on the internet too long. I'm just like, my brain's dirty. There's no way that's what it is. And then that's what you told me it was. And now we're throwing it back to which state is bad at driving. Oh, that's so funny to me. Oh, that's actually so funny. Woo! Sorry for saying Chussy. Isn't sorry it would do it again. Oh my God. Oh, that's so funny. Anyway, I hope people have been enjoying the vibes of Power Wash. I feel like we always have the most important conversations that the community could have during this game. It just feels, you know, just feels like a really important intellectual moments in the community. And I'm so glad we can all join in on them. Do we move to debating which state vajazzle's the worst? Seems like a natural progression at this point. Oh no! Oh my god! Oh god! It would get so bad. Ah. I feel like I ran a marathon through like a forest that was like a field infested with bees, with ground wasp nests. Oh my god. My brain is like reeling. It's trying to figure out where it's at right now. Guys, I was in a totally different city like 24 hours ago. Can't do this to me. Oh, God. Pumpkin, no way. This is the internet. Someone's gonna take that seriously and be like, great idea. No, it's the last thing we need. Oh, God. I can't imagine, dude, they'd match their cowboy. No! No, 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 no! Oh, God. There's so many thoughts going on inside the brain meats at the moment that are just... They weren't there. There was a simpler, more peaceful, innocent time inside of my brain 30 minutes ago. It was there. I remember it like it was 30 minutes ago. Oh my god, I can't believe... I can't believe we really talked tonight, huh? Fang, hey, what's up? Vajazzling pageants, no. Armpit the idea... There's a small piece of like logic in like the idea of vajazzling where I'm like, I guess I understand the appeal to a degree, but the idea of someone being like, hey, what's up, hot stuff? Sorry I'm a little bit late, but I had to spend the past like 45 minutes bedazzling my armpit. You want to see? Like oh, that's so much funnier to think about. Someone fucking having like a bunch of fucking shitty fake plastic rhinestones all over their armpit. That's so funny. So that's such a funny mental image. Oh my god. Oh god. Oh, that's so funny. The armpit could be a weapon in the sun if you wanted to blind someone. Yeah, that is true. Oh my god, when did it become 2 a.m.? Alright, chat, I'm gonna get to 10% here. And then I gotta go. I got shit to do. Alright. Oh god, I can't believe that we got sidelined that hard. Whoo, boy. A YouTube video where it just bedazzle my armpit with me. Oh my god, you guys are giving me ideas for what to do with Ethan.
He only likes her because she's old. She's probably like 25.
Hi, Brian. Happy 58 months.
Yo,
That's been a
Yamanaka, thank
long
you
time
so
subbing.
much. Thank you. That is such a long time. I appreciate you sticking around so long, especially when we have conversations like this one. Especially when we have chat running things like, imagine the smell of pit sweat and glue from the armpit jazzles. Yeah, would the armpit sweat not sweat off the glue and make your bedazzles fall off? You have to go to one of those professional bedazzle salons that they used to have. Oh my god, that's so funny. Holy shit, my head hurts. Oh, that's so funny. At this point, I pay someone to armpit jazz. So I was saying this earlier in the stream, but Ethan keeps sending me these really ominous texts where he's like, he did it again last night. So both of our planes landed at the same time. He was coming back from the UK. I was coming back from New York City, and we were texting, and we both landed at the same time. And I was like, "Hey man, how was your trip?" And then he was like, "Oh, it was really good. How was your trip?" And we were just catching up. And he's like, "I can't wait to see you in a few days. I can't wait to do curse shit." Except that's not the first time he said that we're going to do curse shit. He was like, I'm so excited. He's said like 3 or 4 different times now. I'm so excited to make curse shit with you. And I'm like, again, I said this at the beginning of stream. I don't know what that implies. I'm a little bit nervous because the difference between us is he survived Unus Annus. So his level of cursed is very high threshold. And I've done some curse shit in my life as well. Those concerning texts, they are. But also, I'm approaching the age of 40 years old. So my idea of what was cursed a few years ago when him and I were planning guest content for me being a guest on Unus Annus before the pandemic hit in full, and they weren't able to really bring people on, is very different than what his threshold for curse shit is. So, do not let him know about this. Because he'll be like, Brian, do you want to like bedazzle each other's armpits or something, like as a video? He would do that. Do not let him know about that. So I feel like he's gonna make you do Jello molds of your feet or some shit. Yeah, probably. I mean that one. See, but that's the type of stuff him and I would have done if I had been on Unus Annus as a guest. Because I told you guys like we were gonna do a whole bunch of weird shit for that. Like, I mean, him and I have talked a number of times post Unus Annus about like me potentially getting pepper sprayed or us like messing around with some other stupid self-defense shit. Just because we're idiots. Obviously in controlled, professional, safe environments, but like, I don't know where it's gonna go. We'll see what happens. I'm very excited. I think that we're gonna have fun. BFF, well, I mean, we can't physically vajazzle, so I don't know if that one will work, but I can run it by him. But I don't even want him to have the idea about it. I don't want him to have even a inkling of an idea. And here's the problem, is so Ethan and I, we were talking about this when I was in LA for his premiere, but like we are such good friends. We are like so close. Like we are truly like, you know, he is one of my best friends. We don't have an off switch for each other. Like we don't know when to stop the bit. You guys saw a taste of that when we did the Streamception stream. You saw a taste of that, of we don't know when to stop. So if we start an idea that is terrible, Paul Jassel, no. It won't stop. There won't be a limit to it. It's gonna keep going till one of us like dies. So we got. Let's bring it down, and I can't imagine like the hot glue issues that would happen. So that was beautiful. My introduction to this community. I'm glad you enjoyed it, Arahaku. I appreciate you being here. Oh God! Now I need to see you and Ethan vids. Are they on YouTube? No, Pumpkin. They didn't happen. They were just ideas. Him and I have done some other curse shit. Probably the most like curse shit that ever actually came to be was we did a Reddit 50/50. I think we did a couple of those. We read fan fiction about the two of us. And then we also did a hot sauce roulette with our friend Marcus. Those were pretty intense. You'd use eyelash glue for bald jazz. Why would you say it? Is it just because I own a lot of eyelash glue? No, so Pumpkin, the thing was before COVID shut everything down, and they were doing those first few videos where they did, they had special guests on Unisonus physically, like, Sean was in an episode. This kind of stuff that they were doing with Sean. Originally, Ethan and Mark were going to fly me out to LA, and then I was going to do a bunch of, like, curse shit like that, like they did with Sean. So I was going to be a guest star on Unisonus, but it never came to be. So we never did that. So those don't exist. Conceptually, they are only up here, though. Love the hot sauce vid. Everyone always says that, but I think it's because you guys weren't in that video. Because that video, top 10 most painful experiences probably in my life. This is really intense. Recommend, guys. I see chat for the past 5 minutes has been recommendations on how we could get away with doing ball sack bedazzles. I don't need the recommendations. Because it's not gonna happen. It's not happening. Okay, it's not actually gonna happen. All right, Alexis, thank you so much for the 100 bits. By the way, thank you for the big bits. Deck the balls, indeed. If you don't, I will. Go for it. Oh my god. All right, I gotta get going. I got some shit I gotta take care of. I don't know what we're gonna come up with, but it's probably gonna be absolutely unhinged, and I'm very excited, but also pretty nervous that it's gonna be thing. Because again, we don't have off switches. We don't have limits around each other. It's really bad. We enable each other a lot, you know. Do the mold option? Okay, wait. Oh, do you guys want to hear some cursed, fucked up lore? It's not really fucked up. It's just hilarious. There was... It's a little fucked up. It has to do with Unisonus. It has to do with me. I remember liking it partially because I thought you were much funnier than Ethan in that video, and I was like, hell yeah, everyone is going to watch this and sub to Brian. Thank you. I am much funnier than Ethan. Thank you. This is actually pretty cursed now that I think. This is actually very cursed. This would have been pushing it for Unisonus. During the beginning stages of Unisonus, he was telling me about, oh yeah, we're going to be doing neti pots, we're going to be doing sex toy breakfast, you know, those early videos. I found a website that I sent to Ethan where you use a molding substance to... They did wax each other's pubes. Oh my god, Ice Entertainer, if you commit, then good luck. So I found this website. It's a kit where you send a mold of... You put a mold, substance to get a mold of your butthole, your beehole, and then you send it to this company... And then they make a chocolate ornament, a chocolate replica of your beehole mold, so that you can literally eat someone's ass, essentially. So I sent it to him, and I was like, if you and Mark don't do this, then you're fucking stupid. And then they never did it because they stopped doing videos in person. But I think they were thinking about it. I thought you were going to save the dick. I almost feel like the dick would be better. Yeah, you can eat your own ass. Yeah, you can eat your own ass. Which is so funny because a running joke for Ethan and I are we have the Eat My Ass wheel. That made a cameo in many videos. But I was like, man, that would have been really funny if Mark and Ethan ate each other's asses. They drank their own piss and said, yeah, I mean, it's kind of in the same vein, right? Yeah, and they did pee sauna, which it's like, you know, they would... So, like, it's kind of in the same vein. I don't know. Maybe that's a curse shit Ethan has in mind. The other cool idea, okay, here's the other cool idea I had, was when they were first talking about the channel before, again, COVID ruined everything, one of the ideas I sent to Ethan that they were actually considering doing was, there is a giant, eat my ass! They, in Vegas, there is this skyscraper that when you go to the top of it, it has, different, like, weird tests of courage rides. So one of them is a completely transparent, like, tube slide that you go through, and it's totally enclosed, but it's clear. So when you're going down it, it like, you know, it looks like you're about to fall off the edge of the building. So not for people who have fear of heights. There's also a like little like roller coaster track that goes over the edge of the building. So it sends the cart over the edge of the building, and then it slowly backs up off the edge of the track back onto the building. There's like one of those like swings that spins around like at fairs and carnivals and stuff and theme parks that goes over the edge of the building. So they were gonna maybe do that as one of their videos, because I'd suggested that, and then again COVID shut everything down. But that would have been really cool to watch them like face that kind of fear in those videos. But you know, stuff for a different time. So eat my ass. That was a really funny video, because every time Ethan would spin that and he'd be like, I guess you have to eat my ass. And then I'd be like, oh no. And then it would cut away. So you guys never know. Like, we don't have limits, like I said. Maybe we ate ass. I thought you were going to talk about those custom dildos modeled after your own peen, but I think that would be much too far and they wouldn't be able to show. Yeah. It would have been... Also, I don't know. I think that gets a little personal. Yeah, they would have been like, I think they would have been more uncomfortable not with seeing each other's, but like having the internet sit there and like hypothesize about things, you know. You can wrap anything in enough duct tape and you can gaslight sensors. I mean, that's also true. But yeah, maybe, I don't know, maybe chocolate booty hole replica happens at some point. I'll be like, hey guys, for the 4-year Unisanis anniversary, do one more video and do that. We can come up with non-genital ideas. We're a smart... I don't know, the fact that you just referred to the community as a smart chussy might actually indicate that you guys can't think of things without genitals. If I'm going to be, like, fully honest with a read of this situation right now. That's just my hypothesis here. In the most respectful way possible, I really don't want to see your peen or have an idea of what it looks like or see Yes, yeah, exactly. And that, I think that's their big thing too, is like they didn't want to do that for the audience or the speculation of anything like that. So like I'm glad they never did something like quite that extreme. Yeah, exactly, Auntie. It would make the feral people's fan art way too fucking real. Yeah, that wouldn't have been great. Amethyst, hello, hi. I've read brand new sentences tonight. Hey guys, brand new merch dropped, but also more importantly, brand new fucking sentences have dropped in chat tonight. Chussy isn't one big genital. We are simply the chussy. No one has written that sentence in the history of humankind. That never existed. Ah, Christ. Good Lord. Chussy's really popping off tonight. Oh, God. Okay, anyway, hey, chat. Another reminder... Another reminder, we've all gathered here today to witness the birth of new merchandise. If you would like to help support me, the channel, and get some pretty slick new merch, the Good News hoodie and the Good News long sleeve are now up for pre-order. They will ship the week of December 4th, so you'll get them before Christmas. For sure. It's got a little bit of Hangul on it. It's literally just Korean for good news. This is sleek stealth streetwear. You can fit with anything else in your wardrobe. It doesn't look exactly like... You don't have to explain away that this is merch. This is something that like just looks like a cool shirt. It's got a mention of my name just down there, just for those of you who want something that really reps the community. But we do good news every night, so... And I, like, hand-designed a lot of this, so, by really nitpicking, like, the design work that the team did, so... Really proud of this one. Comes in hoodie version, also comes in gray on the t-shirt and the hoodie, if you want it. So, check it out. Check out the new merch. Definitely the whole point of tonight's stream. And not anything else going on here tonight. Oh, holy shit. I feel like I got, like, lobotomized by, like, a sci-fi laser tonight. Holy cow. On a serious note, good news stuff. The good news design was made by me because I know how much good news means for the people in the community as just like a thing we do every single night. Nice little reference for anyone who takes part in chat. So there you guys have it. Chat. I can't read half of whatever the hell's going on here tonight. I'm gonna like lose my mind. we owe it to this person we just made suffer on their own stream. Yes, thank you. I do deserve more from everyone watching right now. What the heck? Rapid fire mental flashbangs, yeah. Oh god, yeah, it's like it's Counter-Strike 1.6 all over again, where people are just spamming flashbangs and I can't see my screen for 20 minutes. Oh, good lord. All right, I gotta get going. Thank you, everybody, for hanging out here tonight. I streamed later than I wanted to, but I really missed hanging out with everyone. I'll have a little bit more energy next stream. It was fun. It was a good time. I hope you had a blast. We will be doing bonus stream tomorrow for Friday, and then there will be Saturday early stream, and then Sunday will be the last stream before I leave for LA to live with Ethan for like 8 days. So, I'll probably stream from his place at least a couple times. So, I'll maybe see you then. But I'm going to make sure that these next few days, this whole weekend counts, and we get, meaningful time together. It should be really fun. Thank you so much. Good night. Good night, Jesse. Maddie, why? If you or a loved one has a Twitch chat that says the most cursed things, you may be entitled to financial compensation. So true. All right, thank you, everybody. All of you are wonderful. I don't know. Who the hell is streaming still at this time of the night time? You guys can go soft raid over to Julian, who's playing Late Night Minecraft, which I love for him. Carla's doing some DBD, Dead by Daylights, if you want to check that out. Mika is playing a game called Teardown currently. Go check out the three of them. Good friends. Worth supporting. I'm going to get going. Thank you so much, everybody. Yes, please be careful if you vajazzle, for sure. I hope that all of you had fun here tonight. Thank you for the real talk. Like, thanks for letting me be real. And thank you, Brookie, for shouting out everyone. You don't ever have to do that, but thank you. I don't know. I am so lucky and fortunate to have survived this industry doing what I like doing as long as I have. And knowing I can just be real with everyone, vibe with all of you, make jokes and talk about serious shit and just be myself as either, passionately aggressive as I am about something or, openly grateful and appreciative and vulnerable with my emotions. All of that means the world. It really does. It's the coolest thing in the world to know that this is something I built and that you helped me build. Like, thank you very much, genuinely, All of you are great. Hope that we get to do more. This weekend, different games. We'll cycle through. I defaulted to powerwash tonight just because, A, I wanted to finish the paintball course, and B, just good chill game when I'm feeling kind of tired from travel and work and everything. I'll see y'all tomorrow. We'll figure out what to do. I don't know. Maybe get some coffee talk going again now that I feel a lot better. As you guys can probably hear, the final bits of my cough and my congestion are going away, and it's great. So maybe we'll get coffee talk going again. That would be cool to get a story-based game. What time is the stream start? I don't know. Hopefully a lot earlier than tonight. Hopefully a lot earlier than like 10 o'clock or whatever I went live at. So I'm going to try to go live. I want to try to go live around like 8. That was the plan tonight, and it just didn't work out. But it is what it is. Typed out the recipe in the Discord for apple cider. Nice. Thank you for that. All right, guys, thank you. All of you are fantastic. Truly appreciative of all of you. Thank you so much for the follows, bits, subs, resubs, gifted subs, donations. All of you are fantastic. Great. Thank you for all this support. 12 subs is nothing to scoff at tonight. Thank you so much. Tomorrow, we got the last day of the Hype Challenge. So anyone who wants to push for that, awesome. Unlock more prizes to give away, perhaps. We'll see. But in the meantime, thank you to those of you who contributed up to level 3 so far. That's wild that we even got there. New merch is out, so if you do decide to grab some, thank you for supporting me that way. And enjoy the new, very comfy clothing. I love how comfy my own merch is, like, genuinely. I wear it a lot. But I hope you all take care of yourselves. Thank you for chatting, lurking, no matter what you did. You spent time in this community, and that's very valuable to me, and it means the world. Thank you. Hope you all have an absolutely wonderful morning, afternoon, evening, night, whatever it may be for you. Hope you all get some great rest if you're going to bed. Take care of yourselves. You deserve to. Hope you all have, just seriously, the best start to your weekend. Whether you show up tomorrow or not. You deserve it. Anyway. Love each and every one of you. I really do. Finger hearts as usual. I'm going to get going. And I'll see you all, hopefully tomorrow. Fun bonus stream. See y'all later. Goodbye. 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 Goodbye.